and welcome to our modest guild, where today I don't have any announcements. I don't know why I said that first part.
That's not true.
Oh, no, we don't have to do that.
Yes.
I think we do.
It's more, are you okay with telling people yet, or would you rather us save it?
I mean, I don't care if people know.
Is she gonna break up with him?
I mean, she can't at this point.
Not allowed.
Whoa.
Not allowed.
Bear of bad news.
Then we'll say it.
A man can dream, alright?
Congratulations to our illustrious DM, Adam Aragon, for his engagement!
Yay!
He get married.
At some point when we get the money and also plan it all, so. But well, that wasn't part of the announcements, so is there anything else anyone else wants to say?
I'm not healing Mihi. I'm putting capital on healing Mihi.
Alright, that's fine, she'll die.
I won't let that
I
happen.
mean,
You mean the
can
book
an
will die?
illusion truly die?
When you stop believing in it.
Oh god.
Let me know when we're ready to recap.
Alright, so who wants to tell me what happened last time?
Assassins!
Yeah, I think Cal and Capriel can take this one over.
Yeah, I hear what happened as well.
Yeah. So we came up with a plan to kind of work our way into high society.
There was a
kind of
shopping episode.
Yeah, there was a shopping episode, but at the start we made a plan to investigate to get into high society, and
By Oliphius and me posing as a newly wedded couple.
Annabelle Zanala and Amaxtilo Zanala.
Yeah.
we went, and then we started shopping, and we bought a boatload of healing potions. We went.
There's a few important things that we bought that you want to mention.
The healing potions, I bought a potion of fire breathing and the potion of lesser restoration.
Mm-hmm.
And she was very surprised at the amount of money we spent there, which seemed
So
a lot
much.
at the time.
At the time. I think we made her have a mental breakdown.
Cal went and got plate mail commission, so we can get that tasty 20 AC.
Almost got robbed, but
Almost
didn't
got
in
robbed,
the
but
end.
didn't. While we were waiting for the armor to be made and fitted.
Oh! Before that happened, Mihi and
Yep,
Capriel went to a spooky
yeah,
witch shop.
They did do spooky
I
witch
had
things.
repressed that from my memory until
What?
Thank you.
Yeah, and Capriel got
awesome.
tarot cards and
And they
got
made
throwing
definitely not
bones.
sketchy choices.
Yeah, of course
Yeah, we got them for free because
Oh,
the
yeah.
lady was
Because
really
they're
nice
definitely not
for-
cursed.
For no
Nothing.
other reason except for she
Yeah,
was
yeah,
really nice.
Yeah, she was really nice and nothing will ever possibly go wrong with them,
She
ever.
had a hook nose and a bulgy eyeball, and she could basically teleport. She was
We thought she was adorable.
She was adorable.
Do you
Anyway,
remember
go
the
on.
card? Did you remember the cards that you pulled?
Oh, I pulled the page of the Knight of Wands, right?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
And she pulled the Ten of Wands.
Yep.
Bitch, I know tarot.
I mean, I know you know tarot. I don't know if you remembered which you pulled. That's a
I
memory thing, not a tarot thing.
I remember the most useless things.
Perfect.
And Mihi bought bones
No, she didn't buy bones. She just
But
got
Was
also
given
got
bones.
given bones.
Did you actually go and buy throwing bones?
No, maybe. You don't know.
She might have had them beforehand, but I'll say the
No,
same
she
thing
didn't.
that I told Colleen.
You don't know me, Adam. You don't know me.
So they got spookified, and it's not gonna come back to bite us in the butt at all.
Also, the shop vanished.
The shop vanished.
After you left it, so
It's not
again, no big deal, but like,
That just means it's legit.
I mean,
What's-
that's
think
Rookie,
that's
but what was the name of the shop?
they didn't check the name of the shop.
I don't think it had a name.
It didn't have a name on the front.
It just looked spooky.
They know the name of the woman, but they didn't look at the name, or at least they didn't check for the name of the shop. But they did give the woman both of their full names.
Especially the real ones.
Yep, especially their real ones. Their full real names. So much for Annabelle, huh?
There's a goal for today's session, so everything's gonna be just fine.
I don't know.
Perfect.
I don't know what you guys are. It's fine. No, don't worry about it.
Her name is Madam
Can't save
Sarah
you
Guy,
from these
chat.
hands.
So remember that, chat. That's gonna come up again. Madam Sarah Guy.
Madam Zaragot.
Sarah Guy?
She's nice.
We went
She's a nice
so
lady.
after we got the arm, after the spoop, after almost getting robbed and commissioning armor, we went to go look at magic items, where somebody decided to
Slide down the banister
and failed her dexterity check
by crit failing.
by crit failing, and instead of
And then
like,
started a whole series of lies that ended up spiraling out of control and terrifying one small shopkeeper.
well, he wasn't the shopkeeper, he was the shopkeeper's
Teenage
nephew.
He's their nephew.
Acting shopkeeper.
I fell over the banister in my poopy dress, and then he ran around the corner and said, "What? Why?" And I yelled, "Assassins!"
And like an
Because,
idiot,
you know.
some paladin went along with her.
And
Surprisingly, too.
used thaumaturgy to make it sound like someone was running away, like a real Stan. And
He summoned a giant dome around the building afterwards to protect the.
Yes, to protect the noble lady.
We thanked him and continued our lies, upsetting me, which Colin apologized for, and then convinced somebody in a very mature moment to also apologize to her. I'm making progress with Miss Grimsbane.
And then I also apologized to Grandpa because I hadn't considered his feelings that day, so that meant I'd probably hurt them.
We left the shop, got fitted, went and got the plate mail, and then got picked up by the most world-weary guard I think we've met to date.
And we found out exactly why he was world weary.
He took us to the keep. Is it keep or castle? Took us to an audience with Lord Sebastian, the lord of the city, who we saw was a goblin that was like tap dancing on top of a box.
On top of a thing of spikes.
Spikes, but at least from a couple perception checks, we were pretty sure that he wasn't bleeding from doing that.
Well, everyone but Grandpa.
Everybody but Grandpa. That's why I said a couple. We had a conversation, and he did recognize Caffreyel, so that plan.
Shock gasp. Shock gasp from the crowd.
Yep.
Then we
Keep
got
a gasp.
King Boomied.
We got King Boomied
got
into
King
the
Boomied.
arena, where
We punched a bunch of sharks.
We fought a bunch
And
of
some-
street sharks and some sharks.
Yep.
Street
What's up,
sharks.
Sahu again?
Oh yeah, some Sahu again.
Sahagin! Sahagin!
It ain't gonna end. It ain't gonna end here.
But we defeated them on some really nice rolling from a sorcerer and some of the luckiest D100 wild magic sorcerer rolls. That's 2 combats in a row now. I'm not looking for
Also, you guys fucking crit basically constantly that entire fight.
Yeah,
too.
there's a lot of
we did. Okay,
I don't
Asshole.
think I hit anything that fight. Just because.
No, you hit
It
the shark a
didn't-
couple times.
Did I?
I see you
Yeah,
hitting
it's
a
just
shark.
most things died before they got to you. Is kind of the
That's
thing.
what I'm saying.
We did really good.
I didn't even get a chance to hit anything. It's not that I missed, it's that I didn't get to something.
Mihi got knocked by a tidal wave into the water. Cal pulled her out and killed the shark before.
With
Oh,
an
that's
amazing
where we
one-liner.
ended.
That's where we ended, yeah.
Oh, right, I forgot. The gross part.
Careful, there's sharks in the water.
He had to reiterate the one-liner. He just had to. He had to.
Oh my god, that was so stupid.
It was not stupid. I'm here to smite and say
Well,
one-liner.
earlier this session, you were like, "You're like my little sister," and then you were like,
But everybody
"My
took it.
name is Carl
That's
Zarel."
not what happened.
Hi, are you unharmed, my lady?
That's not how I
Lady.
sound.
Tip's new helmet.
I don't wear a helmet. That's my
His
aesthetic.
horns.
Mhm.
Oh, God, I hate all of you guys.
We love you
Only
too, buddy.
hailing Alephius from now on. But yeah, I think that about wraps up last session.
Yep.
We were standing in the middle of the arena.
And then we're still there. We didn't get teleported back or anything. And Lord Sebastian is still in his chair, like, at the edge of
We basically ended right after
the one-liner. Yep.
Yep.
Alright.
Yeah,
so,
guys, if there's gonna be a round 2, I'm kind of tapped out. Just saying.
I've got one spell slot left.
I got some stuff.
I have a giant scythe.
But we'll see what happens.
Alright.
Yep.
So with that, as the one-liner goes off and the shark goes through its last death throes on the sandy beach, you suddenly hear coming from Lord Sebastian up in his throne. He goes, "Ladies and gentlemen, they won!" And all of a sudden you hear a cheering like loudly, as everyone's like cheering and like whooping and all that. Like the sound is deafening. Then you watch as Sebastian's throne starts moving forward on its own before suddenly a ramp comes out from where the seating is, and you watch as his throne starts sliding down the ramp before it goes up, and it goes launching into the air towards you guys, going through what at first looks like people before you realize that they're all illusionary people.
Knew it! I knew it!
Boom! Into the air, and you watch as he jumps off his throne. His throne.
Your grandpa muttering like, "Please crash, please crash, please crash."
You watch as the throne continues to go on before it smashes into the other side of the arena, colliding into the seating. With a deafening crash as stonework splinters everywhere. Looks like that part of the arena is just utterly destroyed. And you watch as Sebastian comes plummeting down towards the earth, towards you guys, before suddenly he pulls out what looks like to be some sort of staff, clicks it, and all of a sudden a parachute comes out from it, and he starts gently falling towards the earth and lands right in the middle of all of you.
Grandpa just...
Well done! Whoa, you did really well. It was a really tough fight. I mean, it was supposed to be, at least. It looks like you guys no problem at all. I'm impressed.
Is everybody good? Does anybody need some healing?
I do, but also I don't think I rolled hit die when I leveled up.
That kind of do we have to take a long rest until we level up, or do we get everything now?
You get everything right away. The only thing is, like, your HP.
Yeah, and I can't prepare spells yet, because I need a rest to prepare spells.
Does anyone know how to see what their HP used to be? If they're...
It should have added just the average.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, it'll automatically add the average if you just level up.
And I think your hit die is a D10, so...
Yeah,
5
so you should have
plus
added...
your con
if you're-
from what you have right now.
I think it's 6, actually.
It is...
Really?
I think because they don't do it right down the middle.
Yeah, it's one above.
Oh, okay.
Mhm.
I think I subtracted that so I could roll. I don't remember.
Yeah, that's what I do.
Yeah, that's what I did. So I don't think I rolled yet. But yeah, I am missing 17 HP.
I'll give the last lay on hands 10, just in case. Oh, we'll do 5 to Caprail, just in case he wants us to fight again. But I'm not going to say anything to Lord Sebastian. I'll let somebody else take the lead here.
So, is that it then? Are you impressed with our abilities?
Oh, I'm impressed with your combat abilities, but there's a few more things I want to test out first.
Oh, sorry.
Another sigh from Grandpa.
Enough of these tests.
And
We got hurt. We could have been killed. This is not a game.
Life is but a game, and it's what I have pertained to win. And if other pieces that I fill out into the world don't do well, then I lose. So I want to make sure that the things that are in my playfield can do what they need to.
That's a very bold assumption that we will be willing pieces in your game.
Au contraire, you're here in my realm right now. I assume you're here for some reason or another, and if I'm going to have you on my game board, I need to make sure you play by the rules. You can handle yourselves.
To be honest,
This card came for us.
we're in your realm. We're just on vacation.
Oh, see, I don't know if I 100% believe you. See, like I said before, when a noblewoman against a warring country comes into, our country, usually there's reasons for it.
I do believe the war is over.
Since when?
No,
Who says the war is
it's
over?
not.
No, it's not.
No, it's only just begun.
Yeah.
It's been
We've
very
just
cold
convinced
war.
an army to back off
Yeah,
and look
it's been-
and assess the
Yeah, okay.
situation.
It'd been
Yeah,
very
we
cold
saved
war.
Multhir. We did not prevent a war.
Yeah,
No,
the
we
war's
did-
still going on.
We prevented combat for now. That is what we did. It's been a very cold war up till now, and that was they saw.
I don't pretend to know politics.
Sorry.
No, you're. That's what I'm saying in character. I don't. Because thank you for correcting me. Though.
But I assure you, this next test won't, you won't have to worry about losing life or limb. Though I do suggest you being healthy for it, so you could definitely start tomorrow. Please, let's go back to my throne room, shall we? And you watch as suddenly all of the water around you guys starts sinking down, until eventually you see what looks like to be the bottom, the bottom, like the stone bottom, and there appears to be a entryway, like an arch, going into further into the arena.
For all of this, can I tell if he's using magic or people are like it's like all mechanical kind of stuff that he's just ordering around?
Make me an Arcana check.
Okay.
I mean, he might be
Yeah,
mad,
6.
but
I mean,
it's a 6.
you can. He's not uttering words or doing incantations, so it doesn't look like he's doing anything.
Okay.
Could I try?
Sure.
19.
So yeah, doesn't seem to be doing anything, but you could tell that that you can look around and you don't see any holes for the water to go down. So it is magical in nature, but he's not doing it.
Mm-hmm.
And do we get a choice in the matter of going to your throne room, or is this more of an assertion that we should?
What do you think, Mr. Nobleman?
I'm guessing it's number 2, but I'd rather it be number 1.
Come, follow me. And he starts walking his way towards
As long as there aren't more sharks, I'll be fine.
Oh no, the sharks are out in the ocean right now.
Mindless killing machines. I guess I'll follow suit.
Yep.
Alright, if he asks us a riddle, and the final riddle is, what is in my pocket? It's typically a ring.
You got me again, Mr. Nobleman.
Just as we walk, as everybody kind of leaves the area, Cal will feel a slight tug on his right arm as everybody leaves. And he's just gonna very quietly just, thank you for saving me.
He'll just shrug.
And we
Offer
keep
us-
walking.
And offer a smile and keep walking, yeah.
That pat
Alright.
Cal smile.
And while walking, also Grandpa will file in next to Caffriel and just say, "Are all nobles unlike you this stuffy and arrogant?
Yeah.
'Cause
I
your
mean,
father
yeah.
didn't exactly seem that way a bit. tempered, but not like this one.
Oh, well, he has crippling depression, so...
Sorry, I should have laughed at that.
It's the bluntness.
That just caught me off guard completely.
You made God laugh. Good job.
So yeah, as you guys are like go through the archway, you watch as you guys are now suddenly in his throne room. You turn back around and the archway's gone.
Well, I mean,
I like my house.
Yonora did say that she talks with him often.
Oh, that's right. Sure,
So yeah,
she's
so you
been
guys-
privy to a lot of commissions.
So yeah, so you guys see in the
Hopefully
throne room there's
she's
a new
not-
throne, by the way.
What was that?
In the throne room you see there's a new throne.
A new throne? What's this one
Yeah.
look like?
It looks exactly the same as the last one.
Just not destroyed.
Just not destroyed.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
It's like golden and like, the nice velvety cushions.
Well, as long
will
as-
we be staying here tonight, or can we go to where we've gotten room?
Oh, you can go back to your inn if you so desire. You can have a place to stay here and... Hold on, Adam forgot what this place is called. Give me a second.
I would very much like to go home now, please.
If you like, you can stay in Castletown, but if you so desire to go back to the Nibbly Fish, you can go. But not yet.
Castletown?
Yes! That's what we call, well, it's colloquially called that. I didn't pick the name. If I had picked the name, it was something way different. But no, it's colloquially known this little couple area right before you get to my humble abode. It's colloquially known as Castletown. It's where all my gods and people that I invite to stay.
I mean, I have no desire one way or the other, honestly. But what is it that you want?
Oh, okay. So you see, these weird crystals have started popping up recently. I have been able to find that they collect somewhere in the ocean or on the docks, which means that it's probably somewhere there. And they look absolutely wonderful. I would love some decorations around here. It's a little boring after a while. So if you go get a good chunk of those, possibly say... What are these? And he reaches underneath his throne and pulls out basically another box, like the box that Yonora gave you, like another one of those. He says, you could fill this with them, that'd be great. And he throws you the box. He just tosses it to you.
I will
catching
open the box and attempt to see, is it bottomless?
No, it's not bottomless. It's like
Okay.
it's just another one of those boxes.
Okay.
But like the box of holding, right? Or
Yeah,
just
like a box of holding.
But not bottomless.
It's not bottomless, it's just like, yeah.
It's like basically a trunk, but like much thinner.
So you want us to get decorations for your castle?
Yes. They're not that easy to find, so if you can find whatever an adequate amount of what I want, that shows me that you also take care of yourself by finding information the way you need to. And I don't have to worry about you all making a big mess.
what do we get for this?
You get to stay, of course. Plus, you might get a little payment, but it depends on how much you get. Because obviously, if you don't come back with the full amount, you don't get all of it.
He leans into the group. I would very much like to leave now, please.
And so just fill up the box with crystals.
Yes. They're very specific, and you watch as he reaches into his pocket and pulls out one. It's the one he pulls out is probably about that big, it's very small. He's like, looks like this, and he walks over, gets off his throne, walks over, and hands it to someone.
I'll get.
We haven't come up with a name for them yet, but they're really interesting. And what they basically look like, it looks like black with red ripples in it. Like, you know how like when blood is in water, it kind of does that wispy thing? Kind of like that.
That looks sick as hell.
And he said they grow near the docks, he said, or?
Oh,
I mean,
they've
we
been
found them
appearing.
around this.
Oh, appearing, okay.
People
Have
have been
you-
going missing from the docks.
Have they? I don't really pay attention too much outside of Casper Town.
That's
But you-
becoming blindingly apparent.
But he paid enough attention to notice the stones?
Well, they are shiny,
So
and he
when
seems to
we-
like those things.
once we've found the stones, we return with.
Yep.
See you then.
Just come to Casper Town, one of the guards ask what you're doing. Just tell them you found things for me, and they'll let you in.
Until next time, sir. And I will leave.
It's a pleasure to meet all of you, and he puts his hand out for a handshake.
Yeah, Mickey gets the fuck out of there.
As much as I want to,
Goes-
I'm going to.
I'm gonna do a perception check.
Okay.
Because if this guy has some... God damn it, that's right, I have a +1. Shit, that's a 5!
No. You don't see anything on his hand, but you can see, like, off in the corner, one of the guards is looking at you and just, like, shaking his head. Just like last time when he did this shit.
Mm.
It's very nice meeting you, Lord Sebastian, was it?
Yes.
We'll try to get these crystals back to you post-haste.
Well, thank you. I do appreciate it.
Olivia starts backing up.
Back it
Grandpa
up.
Bob.
Caffriel does like an awkward like curtsy in her armor and like thumbs up, slowly back
Pleasure to see
away.
you again.
Finger
And
guns
you.
away.
Finger guns away. Same.
Bye-bye now.
Bye bye.
I'm guessing Grandpa has already left
Oh, yeah.
the scene.
He followed after Cal, and around when you did.
As the last person leaves, that which I'm guessing is Caffriel, as you leave, the doors shut behind you.
Strange. Very strange.
Well, honestly, I'd rather go back to the base than deal with him again.
I would
Sort of
like
like
to leave
Grandpa
here
this one.
and not do this thing for him, please.
Unfortunately, I think he has the money, the reach, and the power to track us down and have us arrested or killed if we don't follow his silly whims.
Can I do an Arcana check on the crystals?
Sure.
Did he give us a crystal as like an example?
Yes. Yes, he gave
I
us
wasn't sure if he
a
took it.
piece.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if he took it back.
No.
Take advantage, Elifius. Me, he will help you.
Oh, okay. Well, the first one's an 18. Second one is a 19.
Hey,
Nice. I will
I'm
message you
helping.
something.
The DC was exactly 19.
You want to try that detect magic ritual on it, Grandpa? Maybe that might help us find some.
Yes, I was thinking perhaps identifying it first. But I would rather get us back to the tavern before I do so.
I agree.
To the nibbly
Yeah.
fish.
At the very least, outside the walls of this keep, or castle town, as he calls it.
If you need some rest.
Cal, if you don't mind, I would like to see your sword when we get back to the nibbly fish.
Why?
May I inspect your sword when we get back to the nibbly fish?
Sure.
Wonderful. Thank you.
Is that a euphemism for something?
I'm sure hoping not.
We go back to the nibbly fish.
Go back to the nibbly fish.
Yeah. Meanwhile, in the nibbly fish.
I gotta change to this button.
while we're all walking back, Liffy's is gonna have his book out, flipping through his journal and inspecting the crystal along the way. Essentially relying on you guys to make sure he doesn't run into anything.
He will occasionally take his shoulders and like rant this way, rant this
We're not
way.
strong enough to do that.
He's not actively resisting her unless he's being an asshole.
I don't know. It might be kind of focused. It might require some like get over.
Okay, fine, you do it then.
I'm just giving you crap. We get back to the nibbly fish.
Alright, so yeah, I guess we'll make your way back to the nibbly fish. And seems like busy as normal, you know, there's a lot of people there with the fish, you know, nibbling on their people's feet and stuff like that. One of the a Triton like bar boy, I don't know how to call him.
Waiters?
Basically the waiter, but they do have a name and I don't remember what it's called right now.
A bartender.
Anyway, not the bartender's behind the bar.
Server?
A host.
Yeah, a server. One of the servers comes up and says, by the way, you only paid for one night. Will you be staying again, or...?
I thought we paid for 2 nights.
I don't remember you paying before you left.
I thought like, we paid for 2 nights in advance. But I don't remember. That's why I'm asking.
I don't remember that either.
He will just hand over enough gold for the entire party for the night.
I recommend that we do. And also, I recommend we go back to the room. As I hold up the crystal,
it's 8 silver per person.
Shit.
It's what?
8 silver per person.
Mihi, no worry. Lord Sebastian said he would be taking the tab for this mission that we're doing. I look at the server.
Nope. She's gonna do it anyway. Nope. This is a nope. Nope.
We can't do that to every town we go to.
It's only 2 for 3.
Just for people who don't like.
I paid it out.
Fine.
Cool. He says thank you.
She doesn't even say anything. She's just like, no.
Whose room are we going back to?
Mine, I guess.
How many rooms do we have?
I think everybody
3.
got one.
Everybody got one? Okay.
I think the girls are bunking together.
Yeah,
Girls bunk.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
And all the guys are very,
We've
single.
had enough of each other.
Yeah.
So we go
This
back
is
to...
still the same day as Cal getting turned to stone.
Yes.
Yeah, it's been a long day.
Yeah, that's why he's like, we need to sleep. We need to sleep now.
What time? So we go back to...
Yeah, what time is it?
Olympias'
By the time you guys get back to the nibbly fish after all the events of today, I'd say it's probably around 6 or 7 o'clock.
So, Ollie,
Okay.
were you able to figure something out about that?
Yes, and we are in some deep shit if he wants this stuff.
What is it?
It's crystallized fiend blood.
Fiend.
Oh, do I smell it?
You start to kind of focus on your abilities, and you do sense a fiendish presence coming from the stone.
Same with Divine Sense?
Yep.
Well, that's concerning for several reasons.
Fiend
Oh
blood.
I agree.
Yeah, Adam, when we were dealing with the cult, were they focused on fiends or abyssals?
Fiends.
Fiends.
Well, they're all fiends.
Abyssal is just the languages.
Abyssal
I mean,
and
they're all
demon.
Devils
Yeah,
and
Devils
Sorry,
and
devils
demons.
or demons, I guess.
Demon,
Devils.
Abyssal, Infernal is Devil, but they're both
Yep.
fiend.
Yeah.
Can we tell from one way?
The cults were more inclined for devils.
Okay, could I tell if this is abyssal or if it's devilish or demonish?
Roll me a Arcana check.
$17.
You're not quite sure. It looks like this stone has it's not like old, but like it's old enough where you can't quite get a beat on exactly it is.
Okay.
Blood is showing up around the docks, and people are disappearing from the docks. That's a little bit too much of a coincidence for my...
This sounds like a
Oh,
cult again.
definitely. And
This is sounding way too familiar.
It is, and I'm a little concerned that this lord would like a lot of these. He may be an idiot and may want them because they're shiny, or he could actually want them for the purpose they are.
Judging
I'm sure
by
it's
the
nothing.
amount of magic going on back there, I'm kind of feeling the second one.
Me too.
Do you know if it has applications or uses, Elifius?
Do I, Adam?
Let's see. Based off that Arcana check. Yeah, but it's probably used for certain it could probably be used for like rituals or spell components. It's blood from a fiendish creature. It probably can be used for quite a bit.
It can be very useful in a number of different ways. It's a very flexible material, essentially.
If you don't mind, I would still like some time to take a look at it as well.
Of course.
But I'm glad you already have that large basis of knowledge on it. That will help quite a bit.
I'm very concerned that...
I'm wondering how they're formed, though. If they're appearing, if they're growing, if they're coming from sacrifice like in Multhir. That's a concern.
I mean, would the spilling of blood cause the crystallization, or would the fiendish activity cause the crystallization? Oh no, I'm not asking to GM. I'm in character.
So
I don't suppose me or Caffriel, either of you would know. You're probably...
would I be able to roll a blood hunter survival check for this kind of thing?
Or like a religion check for me, maybe? Or Arcana?
I'm thinking. I will let you do a roll, but I'm trying to think which roll.
I have advantage on wisdom survival to track them, as well as int checks to recall information about them.
Yeah, sure. You can do a survival, Caffriel, and Mihi you can do, I would say, an Arcana, because this isn't about their lore. This is more about their how they function.
Okay.
Would I do the advantage?
I would do just a flat roll.
So 10 for me for you, chat.
And survival?
It said advantage on intelligence checks to recall information about them. So it's...
True, but she hasn't done this for a very long time, and how this kind of properties would give her disadvantage, so because of her ability to use her flat roll.
Do I do intelligence or survival?
If the ability says intelligence, then do intelligence.
Nice.
18.
Dang!
Morgan helped me out with fiends because I studied them because I thought it was related to my mom.
Okay, so for me, you can't quite recall the information. You know your mom talked to you about it in a lesson, but it was a while ago, and you can't quite pull the information you need to.
There's so much information, I can't remember all of it.
Caffriel, you know that there has to be some. It doesn't just happen from them bleeding. There has to be some extra step.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So back when I lived in Cowanog Cliffs, there was a woman that lived in the mithril mines. Her name was Morrigan, and she's the one who taught me Abyssal and Infernal. She was a tiefling like yourselves, and I gesture to these two. And I say, I thought that somehow demons or devils was related to the death of... What the fuck is that?
A ringtone.
I was in the middle of drinking water when my sister called me.
I thought that demons or devils were related in the death of my mother, and she helped me study texts in Abyssal and Infernal that I couldn't read. And I know from that there has to be some other step for the blood to crystallize. It's not just the spilling of the blood. There has to be something else, but I can't remember what it is.
Well, if it's a spell, my ritual here should tell us what it is. So at least we can factor that out if it isn't a spell. And I'll bring out my pheasant's feather and my pearl, sit down on the ground and motion for Oliphius or Capriel, whoever has the crystal, to place the crystal down in front of me.
Oliphius, with that Arcana check on like to do what it is, you would know that this isn't like a magical item per se. Like this is just like it's basically like a material.
Well, I know it's material, but like if it's for the identify spell, it says that if an item was created by if the item was created by a spell, you learn which spell created it. So that's what he's kind of checking for. And if any spells are affecting the item. So it's basically to rule out, was this created by a spell or was this something else?
Or some other
Yeah,
ritual or process.
exactly. So,
Place it down.
yep, and he waves the pheasant's feather above it, and the pearl floats above his head and starts writing out the facts of the item or anything affecting it in flames above his head in Aquan.
I can read it.
So
It says
pearl
bitch.
floats, but it doesn't write anything.
Oh, really? So basically nothing then.
It's just a material component.
Yeah. So after the 10 minutes, Grandpa catches the pearl and just says, well, we can rule out any arcane nature affecting this crystal. It must be something else.
I mean, with the advancements of technology, I imagine there's some dark properties that have come about because of it.
So, let's get some sleep, and we'll start poking around the docks tomorrow and see what happens.
I agree. Oh, by the way, your sword.
I'll undo my belt with the sheath on it and hand it over to Oliphius.
Wonderful. Get out of my room, all of you.
Always a pleasure.
Good night, Olympius.
Night, Ollie.
And I give him a little pat on the head.
Night.
Good night, Olympius.
Careful
I would.
with that sword.
Oh, it's not going to be leaving the sheet.
Crazy.
I would like to do an Arcana check to begin the process of enchanting.
Fancy, fancy.
Just Arcana check, straight Arcana check, or
Oh yeah, I'm sorry. I thought that's what you were saying. They were like, "We're gonna do an Arcana check." I was like, "Cool," and you didn't do
okay.
it. And I was like,
that's
Yay! The sword explodes.
you're just a little too tired. You can't really focus too much on what's going on. You know, there's a lot happened today, like a lot. So you kind of look at it for a little bit, and you're like, "I'm gonna do this, not today."
Fine. I'll cast the ritual alarm around my room. Look up to Grumbles and say, "Keep watch." As also go to bed.
So,
Okay, go ahead.
oh, I was gonna say, Capriel tosses and turns a little bit, like, for about half an hour, and then gets up and walks out of the room and sits outside of Cal's door and goes to sleep out there.
As you go to sleep outside Calstar, you would notice Grandpa leaving his room and then heading downstairs and outside.
Nocturnal activities are popular with people these days.
Now that he can sleep, everybody has to do their stuff.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
But he's gonna
If
go
you guys
downstairs
don't want to be around her, that's fine. Just tell me she'll leave.
to where the cart is parked, and he's gonna go ahead and feed old Dahlia, spend a little bit of time with her, and then he's going to spend an hour using his channel divinity. And I'm going to spend 100 gold, and I will turn our cart into a carriage.
Damn! Oh, shit!
Nice.
And I'll have to figure out exactly what it looks like. I'll probably talk with the rest of the group But
Pumpkin.
it's not a pumpkin. It's a giant turtle.
It's a giant turtle shell.
Actually, that sounds pretty cool. I'm gonna do that. It's a giant turtle.
Giant turtle, fuck yeah.
Where the seat is for the people who are have the reins for the horse is the turtle's head. And
Hell
they
yeah!
sit
I
on
was
top.
gonna say, you better be sitting on the turtle's head if you're.
Is it like a lion turtle? Is it like a snapping tortoise? Is it like a
That'll
box
probably
turtle?
be a. Yeah, you know what? Well, I don't think he's ever seen a lion turtle or a dragon turtle or anything, so I think it'd just probably be like a snapping turtle or something. And so yeah, he'll take the hour and then happy with how it looks and kind of giving a little chuckle, talk to
A
himself.
chortle?
A chortle, perhaps, and he said, "Oh, I can't wait till they see this," and then he heads back upstairs.
Oh god.
I guess while people are doing things, I assumed we were all going to sleep.
Well, he's going to sleep now.
Well, Capriel is asleep. She just couldn't sleep while knowing that Cal was unguarded and there's Medusas afoot.
Okay, we don't have to roleplay this. I do want to run out and grab something that I didn't realize that I needed for one of my spells, Adam. I'll just
Okay.
DM you, okay?
Alright, yeah.
Kyle's gonna open the door because he was gonna go talk to somebody.
Capriel falls into the room.
I'll just kind of pick her up, like.
Oh, she wakes up.
She wakes up.
She wakes up.
God damn it! I was hoping you wouldn't wake up. He was hoping she wouldn't wake up. You know, we're renting beds for a reason.
Mine's uncomfortable.
There's a chair. You can take my bed, and I'll just sleep in the chair.
Your bed's probably uncomfortable too. Go back
You
to
can
bed.
sleep in the chair if you want.
No, it's fine.
You don't need to sleep in the hall. I'm not letting you sleep in the hallway. Please.
Fine, I'll sleep in the chair. And then with her scythe, like,
Hugs the scythe, sits in the chair.
Toss her a blanket and a pillow. Well, I will hand her a blanket and a pillow, and then go to sleep.
You afraid I'll catch it? And be all like, yeah, muscles.
Sure. I was trying to be polite. Good night, Capriel.
Good night, I guess, whatever.
Yeah, go to bed.
She go to bed. She sleep. Like, almost instantly. It's not like she likes you or anything, Baka.
it's not like she wants to protect you.
Baka.
Because you got turned to stone or anything, Baka.
He knows.
All right.
He doesn't know what these other feelings are. Friendship. Next morning, unless something happens during the night.
So Mihi.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Ah!
As you read Grimm, like you always do before you go to bed.
Of course.
Goes to bed.
Yes.
Hold on, because like, why do you always like your eyes like wide and open every time I do Grimm's? Like, you're just like, what the
I'm
fuck?
trying to be in character. I think they talk, like, they probably talk a lot, but they probably, like, she probably doesn't expect him to chat with her all the time.
Oh, that's fair. Go ahead.
And, like, you know, if a book could speak directly into your brain, I'm pretty sure you'd be slightly startled every time it happened, but...
I think I remember more of that memory I showed you.
You do?
Yes.
Tell me. I'd like to know.
Of course. And then your vision starts to go into the book like last time. Goes in as like,
HarryPotter.jpg.
Harry Potter.jpg. Your eyes open up, and your vision once again becomes clear, and it looks like to be the same. Looks like to be the same situation. You know, the young woman that you saw before.
Oh, okay, so this isn't his origin story. This is the story of hit the book getting to my mother.
Yeah. Yeah. So you see that, and you see, you once again see the man with red hair, with what looks like sort of a beard, coming into the room to address her.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Zenafia, what you got there? Oh, it appears to be a book of some sort. It feels powerful. No, same thing as before. You see once again the spark of lightning shining into the room from outside, before that bald elf comes in with the blue dragon tattoo up his arm.
Okay, so like there's a spark of light and each one of them walk into the room?
A spark of light, like a lightning. Like
Okay.
you hear lightning like go off, and you see the light shine out from outside the room. You see this elf walk in with super long ears. He looks over to them and he says, "I think that's the last of them. Zenafia, Asmodel, what are you guys doing in here?" The man speaks, "Pran, I don't know where we'd be without those magic tattoos of yours. Zenafia says she found a book of some sort." Yes, I haven't looked in it yet, but I can sense a great magical power emanating from it. Well, put it in the back. Constantine is scoping out the rest of the place. We should make sure he's got back up. Right. And same as before, as she says those last words, your eyes blink, goes into darkness, and then opens again. You're back in your room.
Not much happened, but names. We have names.
I told you names last session.
Yes. I remember them. When Gabrielle told you those names. I don't know why.
Are you? Shh. Now I love you, and I say this only because I'm concerned. Are you sure that you remembered the names, or did you maybe project them onto the memories after Caffriel told you the names?
I am sure that I'm remembering them.
Can I insight check my book?
Yeah, sure, go for it.
I'm gonna insight check my book.
Dungeons and Dragons, everybody. I'm gonna insight check my book.
Can I get advantage since I know him so fucking well?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. 18, 21 total.
Okay. Yeah, he seems to be telling you the truth. As basically as if hearing those names sparked the memory.
So this confirms our theory that whoever found the book, whoever this elf is, I can assure you, half-elf. My mother's name isn't Zenala, or Zenafia. At least it's Zenala, my bad. My mother's name isn't Zenafia, but certainly that Zenafia found you and was related to Caffriel's father. We should be sure to tell. Oh, right, she's in this room, Caffriel! Oh, she is gone.
Is it spooky shit? Do 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 do.
She'll look really sad for a minute.
Well, I mean, Catherine will probably be in the room at that point because you went out and got something out of the shops real quick first, and then came back. So I'm pretty sure.
Well, I assume Taffriel was trying to sleep by that time, and then she got up, and then she's gone.
Oh yeah, that's true. You're right. She will get
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay then.
So she looks really sad. She'll take the book. She'll take Graham and hug him to her chest and lay down to go to sleep and just
I like
quietly.
that you just assumed that I ditched you, not that I did sleepy, weird shit like I normally do.
Because you usually sleep in the room when you're doing sleepy weird shit.
I've sleepwalked before. Remember that shit with Grandpa, the sword, and you?
Yeah. Yeah, that
And
was
then
all
you
in
and
the
me, he
room.
sleepwalked technically. Yes.
Yeah, then that. Oh yeah.
Yeah, and she was down the hall,
Fine, I'll poke my head out of the room and make sure there's no sleepwalking. There's no sleepwalking.
There's no sleepwalking.
Then she'll come back to bed, hug Grim sadly, and say quietly to herself, I wonder why she left, and go to bed.
Wow.
You'll never leave me, book.
Yeah!
Don't have legs.
And now I get my 3rd level spells because we finally slept. Woo!
I love you, Brim, because you need me. Oh, it's so fucked up. Oh, that's so fucked up. I
You'll never leave because
love it.
you
You'll never leave
can't.
because you can't. You need me.
Anyway,
Does anything else happen throughout the night, or do we wake up?
I don't know. Does something happen again during the night?
I'm asking you, DM.
I don't know, God.
Yeah.
You tell me.
Does anything spooky happen?
Oh, also, who has the crystal? Did Olivia take it back?
Hey.
I took it back.
So after you nuzzle down and finally go to sleep, you open your eyes and you're floating
Oh,
in water.
yeah.
I was feeling too sick this past week, so I didn't record any lines, so it's not going to be all spooky-like, but I will say that, okay? And then you watch as your patron gets closer. Out of the darkness, as if it's like appearing from the dark. You first see his shape. Then he gets closer as suddenly you're wrapped in tentacles.
Yeah.
And you're pulled towards him. You feel as if the water is rushing past your face, as if it's being dragged as quick as possible. Your hair whipping behind you, like, and you go right up to its eye and blinks. Oh, Gabrielle, you like the gifts I've been giving you?
They are powerful.
It is but a taste.
I've been wondering something. I've been starting to suspect that fiends did not kill my mother.
No, they did not.
Why did you kill?
I warned you when I gave you this power. It did not come easy for a mortal body.
She chose it?
Her family chose it.
My family.
Her family. I do not care why mortals come to my power. All I know is that they did.
I see. And the shadows, the ones in the mist, were those from you?
You watch as his eye, like, focuses on you a little more. Tell me about these shadows.
They were like smoke made man, but longer. They were lithe and lanky, long fingers and eyes that glowed like torchlight, but otherwise featureless. No one else could see them but me.
Did
They
they
were all-
speak to you?
Yes, once they approached from the edges of my periphery, they said, well, there was one, and it said that it found me.
Was this the first time that you've seen this?
I think I've seen it in a dream.
Did it look the same in your dream or different?
I want to say it the same, but it's hard to remember. There's been so many dreams.
You feel air bubbles, like, slowly come around you a little bit. Not like a bunch, like, every once in a while. Be careful, my Cafriel. Something's after you, and I do not know what.
Okay.
I will contact you again soon. If you see it before I contact you, think of me in your dreams.
Okay, I will.
And the water bubbles start appearing more and more around you. They eventually start clouding your vision. And you feel the bubbles start wrapping around you as the genitals let loose. And you open your eyes. You're back in that room.
Is Cal asleep?
Yep.
Okay. Stealth check to go back into the room with Mihi. So I don't wake him up. Oops, why did that roll at advantage? Oh, disadvantage. I'm not quiet.
Does a
It's
six,
because you're wearing armor.
Oh yeah, you're
Oh yeah, your armor.
does
Yeah,
a
Yeah.
6 wake me up?
Roll me a perception at advantage.
At advantage? Even though I'm
Yeah.
asleep? Okay.
The final then. You're right. That's fair enough.
Okay. Yeah, cancel each other out. Come on. It's a 10.
Yep.
I wake up.
It wakes you up. It's not like a sudden like. It's more of like a like you hear it.
Where are you go? Where are you going?
Just a bad dream. Well, not a bad dream, just a dream. I need to clear my head. And I don't want to keep bothering you. I'll be in my room if you need me. And she goes.
Can you stay?
Oh. She turns back. Okay. Sure. And she sits back in the chair. Grabs scythe. Blanket.
Oh,
Nope.
somebody dropped.
Ah!
Lost.
Tara's gone forever.
Boop.
The scythe and the blanket move were too adorable. That's just how it
This
works.
cat.
That's how it works.
Apparently,
I don't
Colleen is
make
the
the
dungeon
rules.
master now, according to our one-shot script.
Adam's chin is grandpa based on the
Yeah,
stream.
Adam. I,
And look. No, she's back.
she's back.
Oh, and now I'm Mihi and Colleen is the dungeon master.
I figured I went with
Yeah.
Sorry, guys.
It's
Discord
okay.
freaked out. Like it hard closed on me, and then when I opened it again, it made me log in again.
it's all good.
It's never done that before.
You're good.
I lost my train of thought. I had something and then I lost it.
I'm sorry.
Scythe, blanket, like snuggles down, like.
You told her to stay.
Come on, and I'm gonna scoot over and cat the bed. You don't have to sleep in the chair if you don't want to. Or I could sleep on the floor. You'll sleep better.
She like glances side to side and she's like,
Are you probably sleeping in your... Here, I'll just sleep on the floor, take the bed.
no. And she just scoots the chair closer. She's like, it's fine. And then she, where's your bag?
At the foot of the bed.
She gets up, she walks over to your bag, reaches into it, grabs the potion of whatever the hell it's called when you turn something not into stone again. Yeah, restoration. She grabs that potion, puts it on the nightstand, walks back to the chair, plops down again, scythe, blanket. Do you need a song?
Shakes his head no and just like just kind of sits up and falls asleep, like sitting up, just happy to have company, I guess is the best way I can put it, if that makes sense.
She falls asleep in the chair and no more dreams, I don't think.
Round 2.
No,
Wait,
Grandpa.
I remembered something. One more thing.
Give me a second.
Yes?
This.
Hold on, where is it? Not that one.
The nibbly fish is on fire!
It's a dragon! Again!
Yes.
Grandpa dream!
This has been a quite stressful few months.
Sure has.
As you nod to sleep, a memory comes to you. You watch yourself lay down the explosive charges. And then you leave. I mean, very vague, because I know you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I know.
What?
And you leave. You walk out of the entrance after everyone has already left. And you make your way you meet him, and the conversation goes like you remember before you hear the explosions. The look of horror, anger, surprise is as vivid on his face as the day you saw them. And you leave.
What the fuck?
You were
I leave.
cuts to you walking back to your home, where you see it's destroyed. You remember walking through. You rush back to the guild hall. Surely someone would be there. No one. You look all over, and the guilt is hitting you hard. you find it odd that no one, not even a body, is there. But still, you persist before you find the forge. You start clamoring towards it. Guilt and sorrow. And then you begin the forge. So far, every single part of this dream is exactly as the way you remember it, exactly the way it was. But then you notice something different. You notice in the corner of your eyes a glowing dwarven man watching you, helping you forge. Only in the corner of your eyes, though. You never get a direct line of sight on the man. Before you finally finish making. You open your eyes from this dream and you can feel tears coming down your face. And yet, you feel warm inside. Both from the sorrow of the memories, but also from the knowledge that it looks that Malduine was indeed with you that day.
Oh shit.
How did the music line up so well?
You wake up the next day.
When Grandpa wakes up from that dream, like still in the kind of middle of the night, he's gonna place a hand to his chest, kind of feeling the spot, and then I'll head back to sleep and wait until the morning.
So yeah, I wake up the
Olympias
next
is like,
morning.
I slept great.
In the morning, can I do another?
I was telling him to go first because we both said something at the same time.
Oh, okay. Why he muted? Oh, okay.
Can I do a Arcana check in the morning? Because Olivia's would wake up real early and get back to work.
Sure, you can do an Arcana check.
Yay! That's a 19.
Ew.
Alright. So you gotta go into the process, you start like writing down notes on where exactly to start, putting the runes and kind of like where exactly to put the magical essence. You start that process of writing down the notes. You haven't actually started doing anything to the sword itself, but the note-taking process has begun.
All right. Do I know what I will essentially need to
not yet.
begin this?
You started the process of like where it needs to go, but you haven't figured out what you need yet.
Okay. In that case, he'll start jotting down some notes, make a rough sketch of the sword in his journal, close it, and then go back outside and knock on Cal's door with the hilt of the sword.
I'm assuming both of us wake up at the same time, but Cal
Probably
isn't
after
in
knocking.
bed. Cal isn't in bed. He's at night. He moved and like set up a pillow next to the chair and fell asleep leaning on the chair. What do we do?
I'll hide. Because
Very convincing sounding.
there's no way that he's not going to believe nothing happened.
I'll wait
Where
for
can
Cap.
I hide?
I'll wait
Is there?
for
Can
Caffrey
I
to
fit
hide.
under the bed?
Can she hide? Just hide on the other side of the bed. I'll just open the door partly.
Or can I hide behind the door?
Yeah, just out of view. I won't open the door all the way.
Yeah, I'll hide behind the door.
I'll-
Can you make a perception check for me?
I was gonna say,
Sure.
Do I roll stealth?
Yeah, you would need to roll stealth.
well, I mean, I think this is probably for you hearing them talking.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Could have had an 18.
Why did you
Oh,
sleep in
that's
your
for me.
armor?
That's for me getting behind the door.
Yeah.
That's a 15.
Oh,
Yeah, you as you go to the door, you hear.
Well, would I be having the armor on right now?
Well, this is it. It's also like. Roll again, but make sure. I try hitting advantage to see if that cancels out the disadvantage your armor gives you.
Okay.
It did. Okay.
19.
All right. Kind of sitting there like, God, it's taking a long while to like get this door open, but.
and then I'll open the door like just enough so it's like half the body. Sorry, I had to get dressed. What is it? Is that a deception check?
I
Sure, yeah, go for it.
So.
And depending how you roll, I was gonna see if he needs to like insight check.
Natural one.
Roll an
Cal
insight
Cal
check and
is
advantage.
green. Cal is very green right now.
With advantage, you say?
Yeah.
Also natural.
Oh my god. I hate 20.
Yeah.
Dirty 20. Oh my god.
You say that, and the only response is just eyebrow raise.
I'll just extend my hand through the door, holding it out for the sword.
Actually, now I'm more interested in what you were actually doing. Or
I'll step out into the hallway and shut the door behind me. Ollie, it's
Say you were masturbating.
no.
I love Colleen.
If I just say trust me, does that work? What are you thinking I was doing?
Well, we did get a lot of money, and this is the first time you've been in a big city. Hands the sword to you. I don't think that your other sword was that sheathed last night.
That's not what happened. But
No. Of course it's not what happened.
it's honestly not what happened at all. He's very green.
I know he is.
Well, just keep it to yourself. And I'll open the door and step back into the room.
Before you get dressed, might
He
I
is
just
dressed.
say,
Oh, like armor and stuff, yeah. Sorry, continue.
might I say that, our conversation yesterday, piqued my interest in, more arcane studies and experiments. You said that your dad had a magic weapon. I feel like you deserve one as well.
Thank you, Ollie. That's kind of you.
Don't tell anyone, and I won't tell anyone.
Deal. He offers the hand.
Shake it.
Shakes and step back into the room.
There's a lot of euphemisms going on about swords and enchanting in the chat right now.
I'm not even gonna look. I'm not gonna
Everyone's like, he's not gonna enchant the other magic weapon, and
This
the
happens
other
all the
magic
time.
sword plus one magic weapon.
This happens all the time when like other people are RPing. Will and I are usually exchanging memes back and forth, like making jokes and stuff and bad photoshops. It's real good.
That's great.
I'll drop the one that I just made into the channel because I think it's worthy to be shared.
So, I guess when Cal comes back inside, Caprill's gonna notice his face and just be like,
You probably heard the whole conversation.
"Oh, okay." I didn't know if I had to
I
roll
wasn't
a
trying to
second.
hide it.
Yeah.
She's just gonna be like, "I appreciate you taking one for the team." Do you want me to tell him what happened? Would that make you feel better? I can tell him what happened. I'm gonna
He just
go
takes your hand and he shakes his head.
I can go tell him what happened. It's my fault. It's my fault though. I'm the one who was scared you were gonna get attacked by a Medusa again, and because I saw that every time I closed my eyes. And I'm just gonna. She just like goes to open the door.
You were the last thing I saw.
But
It got. God damn it. Before everything went dark, you were the last thing I saw.
I'm sorry. That's unfortunate. I'm gonna go kill him.
Do you open up the door?
He's standing there like with his head, with his ear to the
Oh, you.
That is a.
door. And I don't. He's like stuttering through the words. Like, again, very. Never mind. That was. Never mind.
No. What? What?
I was really confused.
Well,
I'll see.
I'm not gonna make you.
I need to get
I'm
this.
not gonna make you lie for me again. You already covered me with the whole assassins thing. I'm gonna go clear it up with Olympius, okay? And then she opens the door.
Oh. You see, I thought he paid for it.
It's not what you think. And she crosses her arms. It's my fault. Every time I closed my eyes, I just saw Stone Cow. And I was sleeping outside his room. Because and then she opens the door further and you can see her weapons in there. And you can see the potion on the nightstand. Feel free to insight check her.
I mean, seeing sword and all that other stuff, that's fair. Sorry
And
to
also-
assume, Cal.
There's also a chair with a blanket draped over it, like... He's a good man. And of course, he would never have to pay for anything.
That's another like 30 points of psychic damage that this man's taking.
Well, then I guess I have to say both of you should get ready to go then. We do have some business at the docks.
And she just, like, nods, does, like, a sup, grabs scythe, goes into room with me. He, fuck, I'm gonna have to explain this. Opens door.
He's like already dressed already. Welcome back.
Mihi. Two things. First of all, I kept seeing Stone Cal every time I closed my eyes, so I had to go guard his door. I'm sorry. I should have told you I was leaving. Second of all, I had a weird dream about my patron last night, and apparently he's not the one sending spooky shadow men after me, and he was quite perturbed that I was seeing them. So I guess our relationship isn't as toxic as you think it is.
Could he have been lying?
Freya.exe must be
like pause.
Do you think that maybe Grim is lying to you? Got him! And she whips off her dress and is just like topless, slipping on armor.
I actually asked him that last night. I was worried something might have happened, and I do check constantly to make sure that we're being honest with each other as we are partners in this, Yep.
Well, this is a new relationship for me, and I'm not quite used to having relationships with either men or extraplanar beings, so you'll have to forgive me for that she's just like, you know, going from the bottom up, so she's like topless this whole fucking time. Like,
yeah, she's just turned around. Like, Mihi's turned around completely, but have you only had a relationship with a woman? I know you talked about Sloane, but I assumed that there had been others.
How the fuck does everyone know Sloane's name?
Because you said it.
I know, but she was drunk, so she doesn't remember saying
Oh, fair enough, okay.
You told us when you were drunk. Checking out your dragon scar.
You know, this is a pretty great scar. Like, I have a bunch
I have one to match too. It's pretty cool. Well,
Yeah.
that's at least the scar that I am somewhat proud of, other than my other ones.
You know, you got your other ones when you were doing something noble and cool, so, you know, I would say be proud of the other ones as well.
I don't know, something about being persecuted and tied up and nearly killed by people you've known since you were a small child feels very less heroic than fighting a dragon.
But you saved your mother, and that's what's cool about it, Mindy. That's what's strong. You saved your mother, you stood up to people you knew your whole life, and that is something, and she finally slips on her top, that I could not do, and I tried many times.
Oh, speaking of dreams, Grim remembered something.
Oh.
He was able to
Zenavia.
confirm that, whoever this, Zenafia was in fact the elf that found him, and your father's party definitely found him and brought him somehow to my mother. I'm not sure he remembers that part yet, but they were definitely connected. May I turn around now, please?
I mean, you could have been watching the entire time.
No, I don't think I could have. She'll turn back around.
Shrugs. I mean,
So,
that's where
you
your
were-
levels than mine. Go on.
Your hunch was correct. How he ended up going from your father's party to my mother is another manner. She always talked about how she found him. Maybe this...
Your mother's a half-elf?
How could she have given birth to me then? Half-elves are infertile.
I mean...
I'm thinking that somehow this party, this Zenafia, maybe lost him at some point, and that's how he ended up with my mother, and she found it at some point, or maybe passed off and she embellished the piece about...
Didn't, I keep thinking Yavella because that's the lady from my campaign. What's the sorcerer's...
Yenora.
Yenora!
Chapanya.
Didn't Yenora say that Grim is not from any plane that we know?
Correct, I would assume this is after he found his way to the material plane.
What's to say that Grim does not possess the power to bring a little baby girl into this plane?
Are you suggesting that a book is my father? Or my mother?
Or turned your mother into your tiefling mother and then got her pregnant with you.
Oh, no, my mother isn't a tiefling. My mother is human.
Even more convincing.
It's odd, so I think the only thing we can do is wait for him to remember. Isn't that right, buddy? Pat, pat, pat.
I'm sorry, I cannot remember faster.
It is not your fault. We will get there eventually. I was wondering, though, if you would ever write your father in the future, maybe you could ask him about that and just see if he remembers anything.
Oh, sure. I already mentioned, something about this to him, I think. Yeah, I already asked about the adventuring party a little bit, the last letter I wrote to him.
Maybe you can ask him if he remembers acquiring a book specifically or anything.
I will. I will also write my Uncle Constantine.
Yes, that name was also confirmed. Constantine was not in the memory itself. I think, Perrin was the name that was mentioned?
Paran.
Perrin. Sorry, the pronunciation's odd.
Right, the wood elf.
Something about Perrin's magic was allowing them to, I think, teleport around. There was like a strike of lightning, and then they ended up popping into the room where Xanathia was studying the book. Probably a not important detail, but...
I can always confirm with my father.
I would appreciate that.
Anyway, we should probably go meet up with the others.
We should. It is good of you that you watched over Cal. I think we could all use with more of watching each other's backs.
We'll see if any other inns have bigger rooms, and we'll just have a big commune. It would be great if the chortling turtle caravan was just one big little carriage, right? Right?
I think the covered wagon is nice. We've had some really great memories in there, and I would hate to lose it.
But what if it looked like a turtle?
That would be ridiculous. It couldn't possibly look like a turtle and still be functional.
But what if you could sit on the little head of the turtle and control it?
But there's no way it would ever...
we move down to the...
No, there's no way it would ever be practical. Smash cut right to a...
Everybody come look what I did!
I hate all of you. Anyway. Okay. So... Sorry, that fucking destroyed me. Alright. Anyway, so... Grandpa corrals you all outside to show you what he has done
Cal's
with the
not
cart.
there. You know what I'm doing, but I'm not there. Like, Adam knows what I'm doing, but I'm not there.
Just play along. I got a thing for you, don't worry.
Okay.
Ta-da! Wait, do I have a big tarp? Do we have a big tarp that was in our inventory that I can majestically pull off?
Mihi's like mouth like stands open, and she just like without even breaking eye contact hands like 5 silver frail.
Yeah. And this, believe me, this is just one of the beginning of many modifications that I have planned. I've been thinking about it a lot lately, actually.
Well, so much for being
Thank you, Cal.
inconspicuous.
Yeah, well,
Olympias and her say it at literally the same time.
we did just spend 750 gold at one shop, so I figure that's mostly out the window.
But when I put a hood on, I don't look like myself anymore, right? That's how this works.
Yes, but look how much
Yes,
bigger it is.
It's
And
like
then when
Fire
I
Emblem.
crouch down, then they can't see me.
And look, this is amazing. And he goes over to the back end where the door is, and there's like little tail of the tortoise, and he unfolds it, and it's stairs that lead up to it.
That's impressive.
Now that I do like.
Wait, do you go into the ass?
Well, the back of the shell, but technically, yes.
Do you go in under the tail?
No, the tail's at the bottom. The back of the shell is where the door is.
Oh, okay. I
If
thought
you
you were
do
going
need
in.
to do if you need to do repairs on the back wheels, then yes, you would be going near the ass.
Mm.
And if you need to feed the beast of burden that is pulling the carriage, then you would also be near the ass.
So there's asses on both ends.
Indeed.
I think that's a lot of people, actually.
Oh, but I've got another idea. That'll be my little project for tonight. I have a few things. This extra money we've come into has allowed me to pool a few more resources together to really work on some stuff that I think you'll all very much enjoy.
Grandpa, upgrading the size, you're gonna need more animals with burden to pull it.
2 doesn't do it?
Yeah, you're gonna need probably at least 4.
Okay. We will probably need a few more horses.
It's much heavier now. You know?
Yeah. Okay.
Is it actually like bigger? Is there more like surface area?
Yeah, it's a lot bigger. I can get the stats.
At this point, I think old Dolly is more of just a mascot than the actual
Oh no,
transportation.
she's quite hardy. She can pull her own weight and quite a bit more.
Well,
Trust me, she's a strong old donkey.
She's a strong old ass.
Strong ass. Really strong.
Thick, one might say.
With 2 C's. Alright, so kind of as everyone's kind
we
of looking,
start going down to the docks.
yeah, so as everyone's kind of looking about, Cal, you feel like your attention is being pulled away from what's going on.
Okay.
And you kind of start looking around, and you watch. I just realized this is gonna be a lot goofier than I thought in my head. I thought it was gonna be great.
Vivian, then does she look like Gabrielle?
No. You kind of look around, and you know, because obviously you guys are still in the the Aqua District.
But
You
there's
look around
roads
and you.
stuff.
What? Yeah.
Continue, yeah.
You watch as what looks like to be water starts to collect together towards one of the shores. And you watch as a form slowly starts to rise up, and you notice it looks like a head forming. There's not many features like on the face, and it's looking at you. And you look into where its eyes would be, and you watch as its hand, as a hand comes out and does this.
Okay.
And you watch as the form changes. The head becomes what looks like to be the head of a horse, as it slowly starts rising, as if climbing out of the water. As one hoof touches the surface of the shore, you watch as it solidifies and gets color, and then the other hoof, and you watch as this slowly takes the appearance of a painted war horse.
I'll walk up and just kind of like pat its nuzzle and do like the little like head lean, and I will guide him back to the stable.
Him?
You guys watch Cal leave and then basically walk up to this horse.
Do we know
Okay,
it's a
is he
watery
nearby-
cart
is he near-
horse?
Is he nearby or?
It's basically like on the shore, like you have to cross the bridge to get to the shore.
Well, every time Cal walks away, I always follow him, so... It's like a sixth sense by now. Cal's being dramatic.
I'm not being dramatic. This was not me.
It's still somewhat dramatic, and you're involved, so my Cal sense is tingling. It's a cool dramatic help.
But yeah, I'll walk up to the horse and guide him back to the stable.
It does as you command, without any protest.
Calzarel, what the hell is that?
Oh, good, you found another horse.
Where the fuck did that horse come from?
I think it's from Levine.
It's a watery tart horse?
He's not very taut.
Have you tasted him to find out?
Maybe
And the horse is
realize-
at that. The horse walks up and headbutts Mihi. Like,
It was just a joke.
Wait, I like this horse. Never mind, keep it.
Gabriel!
I think he's from the Fae.
Wait, can I smell the horse?
See? Taste the horse. It's like the same thing.
It's different.
It does state that it's either celestial or fae, right?
Celestial Fae or Fiend, and I'm going with Fae.
Okay.
Because I think
Alright.
Vivine lines up with Celestial or Fae more, so.
Demonic bitch.
Joke's on you. Vivian is totally fiendish.
Oh god.
He's great, old one.
So yeah, you smell a fae presence coming from the horse.
Oh. Yep. Definitely Faye. Definitely Faye. Smells like sparkles.
I think Gideon's here to help.
Gideon.
That's his name. Every horse needs a
Oh. Huh. Wait, does that translate to something in
name.
Draconic?
It's literally cool.
Nice.
It means water in Draconic.
Draconic. But, so we want to start at the docks then?
Please.
I'm down.
You're done or you're down?
I'm down. I'm
Ah.
doing the voice this session, motherfucker.
What's the plan then?
So, will
I have
Gideon
a
be
son.
staying here? Is he coming with you?
Oh no, I'm bringing him with me, and
Oh, that's fancy.
I'll.
Does he have like a saddle or anything, or is it just like a bare
need a
horse?
saddle. Yeah, it's just bare.
I know. I just want.
Yeah.
No, he's a war horse, not a bear horse.
Yeah.
Completely different thing.
I think we should talk about this a little bit first. Shouldn't we make sure that we're going for the right reasons or things? I do not wish to help this man.
I don't
wish to
either, but I
help
don't
this
think we have a
prisoner
choice.
here.
We
I
can
would
say,
rather.
but I feel like the two are connected.
I feel like this has something to do with that cult, and that is unfinished business.
I was going to look for the missing people personally, and then I was going to collect the crystals, hold them in the box, and then if we don't want to give that to him, I always have a scythe. And it's very convenient that we're already in a war because boop.
Are you suggesting?
Suggesting murdering him?
It's not murder if it's war.
I think it's still
I'm
murder.
still pretty sure it's
I'm
still
pretty
murder.
sure.
It's strategy if you're in war.
That just sounds like murder with extra
I believe.
steps.
I mean, it is murder, but I guess in a war it might be considered regicide, which is a kind of murder.
No, it's always no. It's regicide if it's a king, and it's strategy if you're in a war because I'm on the other side of it.
Regardless, I think the majority of us want to figure out what's going on down at the docks.
Also, we could always just stoke the fires of the rebellion going on, and they'll just do it for us, and then it's not part of the war.
We don't even know this rebellion.
Well, let's go find out.
I'm going to the docks.
I like
Turn
focusing
Gideon
on
around.
saving people.
And
We'll go to the docks, we'll collect the crystals so that no one else can have them, and then we'll go figure out what's happening with the rebellion, see their side of things, because obviously he's hoarding money. You know what he said to me? I spent money in the wrong district because it was in the peasants' district, not his district, etc., etc. Obviously, not super great. We'll go to the peasants district. We'll go to the Aquarian district. We'll find out their side of it. If we like their side of it, we'll still keep the crystals for ourselves so no one else can have them. And then we'll stoke the fires there. And then they'll just kill it for us. It'll be great.
I really don't think we should be saying any of this out loud in the streets.
Don't mind me, I'm just rolling stuff.
I'd like to point out I'm on the side of probably not having anybody unintentionally or intentionally murdered.
I agree.
Let's just go.
Unless they're cultists, but we haven't gotten there yet.
I just
haven't
want to
said
go to the docks.
So
To the
far.
docks!
We haven't dropped names yet.
I'm gonna leave the
Record.
horse
For the
behind.
record.
By the way,
I don't think you have to do very many hoops to jump through. We mentioned rebellion.
Yeah.
Spending money in his district.
Yeah.
For
You
all
have to
they
connect too
know, for
You
all
have to
they
connect too
know,
many dots there.
we're playing Monsters and Moats, and this is about a Monsters and Moats game.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to the docks.
I'm going
To the docks.
I'm also going to the docks, and also, do we want to take a break before we go to the docks?
probably that time. Yeah.
Sure, we take a break. So, we'll be back, everybody. Hope you've enjoyed the game so far. We'll be back in about 10-ish minutes. See you then.
Awesome.
Oh wait, no, wrong button.
Welcome to our modest nachos.
I mean, you're being modest. There's some delicious nachos.
I mean, what nacho isn't delicious?
I've had some that haven't been that great. They're really like watery and not all that.
Tara was muted for that pun. Ha.
Our modest cookbook.
She tried and she failed.
Unfortunate. You hate to see it happen.
I know I don't.
It's
He's
too
still
late.
muted.
Still muted. But the pun is... Nope, sorry. It's too late. It's past. The moment's past. You've lost it.
I'm back.
No, no. It's too late.
It
So
is
we go
done.
to the docks.
So you go to the docks. So you make your way through the town, city, whatever. Finally make your way to the docks. There's a bunch of activity going on. You know, people putting things on boats, taking things off. There's a thing in my face. There's just a lot of activity going on. You hear like yelling, the seagulls. You watch as kind of like looking around, and before you can make like any decision on where to go, a very hairy individual walks up to you. It seems to be a bugbear, and he goes, "What can I do for you?"
Well, hello there.
Your friend okay?
I was saying that
No.
Bongo impression.
Is your what impression?
Bongo.
Oh, Bongo doesn't talk like that.
Oh, hello, sir.
Anyway.
Go ahead, Ollie.
Yes, we're merely looking around for a ship to possibly take us to another nation. Are there any coming in or going out?
Plenty, but not a lot of passenger ships going on right now. But if you want to go check, Dockmaster.
Not passenger ships, merchant ships. I run the Chortling Turtle.
Oh, well, if you want to rent a ship that way, you still got to go talk to Dockmaster Durin.
Thank you. And where can I find him?
Well, what you want to do is you want to go down the block, couple blocks right there, make a left. You can't miss it. It's on the dock side.
Thank you, sir.
The dock side of the force?
Thank you.
Anyway, hey, I thought I told you. And he starts walking like over towards a couple other people.
Very helpful.
I saw a bugbear clown once when I was visiting a circus. Or a circus was visiting us. Both.
What is it?
Terrifying things.
This one was pretty funny and terrifying.
Well, I'm gonna start making my way with the instructions.
Yep.
Specifically,
Cav,
What?
do you smell anything?
Do I smell
Do
anything,
you know
DM?
if yes? No.
You do not smell anything within a 30-foot radius of you.
I feel like within roughly about 30 feet in either direction of me, I don't smell anything.
Wow, that is oddly specific.
I
Let's
know,
talk to the
right?
Dogmaster and see if he can give us any hints.
while we're walking, I'm gonna look and try to see if there are any homeless or those who are down on their luck. Just a bit.
There seem to be a few homeless people tucked in some of the alleyways between buildings.
Okay. I'll take a mental note as we start heading that way.
Alright, so you guys make your way over to Dockmaster Durin's office building thing. And you can hear like arguing coming from inside. You hear you basically hear, Durin, I thought we'd been over this. It's a different fee. We're going somewhere else. And he's like, and you hear, look, I told you one time, I told you another time. You can't lie to me. I've known you for years. Fine. Here's the gold. Keep it. Old fucking. And he turns. And you hear the door boom, slam open, and you watch as this kind of like tanned man with like oh god, my brain just like died when I was trying to remember how to describe it.
Tattoos?
No, it's like, well, he's got tattoos, but he's got like, you know, like hair like on his like arm as well, like pretty thick arm hair. He has what looks like to be a braided beard. Not like as extravagant as like a dwarves would normally be, but it's pretty decent.
Okay. It's good length.
Yeah, it's a decent.
Not down to one's feet, but
Yeah.
still pretty good.
Yeah, like maybe like his, you know, like up like mid chest, I would say.
Okay. Excuse me, Olivia. Well,
What do you want?
Yeah,
Is he, like, it looks like he's upset.
I'm very sorry. Did we come at a wrong time?
No, it's fine. What do you want?
We are merely looking to find a ship, a merchant vessel, if you will, that may be coming and or going.
Where do you want to go?
Hang on. Shit, I think that's actually in my other document. Damn it! Are there any vessels going to the Telkanor Peninsula?
Not our ship. Talk to Fuckmaster in there. He'll tell you where to go.
Oh, I'm very sorry. Yes, I didn't mean to take your time.
He turns around and walks off.
Alright. Head into the building.
As we head into the building, like, I mean, he's gonna like lean in a little bit close to everybody and be like, "Why are we looking for a ship?"
I just need conversation.
Okay, I'll trust you.
Alright. Go into the area.
Alright. You walk in and you see kind of like this elderly man. He's got like a scruffy, like white beard. Like it's not really that long. It's basically like just coming off of his chin. His kind of face is kind of like scrunched up, and he looks wrinkled, like more wrinkled than like, you know, a normal person of his age would have, probably because of all the sun damage to his skin. He appears to have what looks like to be a sailor's cap on. He's got basically what looks like to be a tattered suit, as if like he just doesn't care, like the dress is just formalities and he doesn't care about it. And he seems to be like writing down on like notes or ledgers.
Excuse me?
Yeah?
Yes, I'm looking for the Dark Master. Is that who I'm speaking to?
Well, you're speaking to him.
Okay, wonderful. I am a representative for a local merchant, and we are wondering if there are any vessels coming in or out of the Telkanor Peninsula within the area.
Yeah, well, let me see. Let me look at that. Ledgers where? Oh, there you are. He like reaches over, grabs a book, pops it right in front of him, and starts going through. Let's see. Goes a couple, like several pages at a time, trying to get, you know, closer up, like more recent. Looks like you just missed them, but they should be back within a couple days. They went to go take care of some stuff real quick before they had to go take care of that shipment, but
Did they possibly drop off any cargo? Something that I'm looking to inspect as imported for the merchant's caravan.
I'm sorry, sir. I can't disclose information to people who aren't part of this trade agreement.
Oh, did they not add in the merchant that they were trading with here in the city?
I mean, they did, but I can't go out about it telling people.
Well, I just figured if I'm the one trading with them, I need to know if
Yeah,
there's anybody I can
proof that you're
talk
trading
to.
with them?
it was more of a verbal agreement, but no, he didn't have
Well, I'm
anything in
sorry.
writing.
Company policy dictates that I have to have some sort of written agreement before I can give information.
If I may, sir, hang on. I'm looking for the ship from the Eversor trading company. Is that? Are those nearby, or is that the
I'm sorry,
vessel
say that one
left?
more time. The Avasar?
Everson.
Everson. Okay, this is Adam right now. I feel like I should remember what that is, but I don't.
I will mess who it is.
Okay, thank you. I appreciate that.
I thought like shipping manifests and stuff were like manners of public record.
Maybe not in this city.
Cool. I think it's sketch. Cool. The metagaming pigeon declares that this is sketch.
Does Divine Sense pick up on anything?
Mm,
60 feet, Fey, Fiend, Celestial.
oh, it's 60 feet. I thought it was 30 feet. My bad.
I'm pretty sure. Let me double check. Abilities, Divine Sense. 60 feet, Celestial, Fiend, or Undead. Consecration, Desecration.
You feel a small ping on the very edge of your, like, sense. Closer, like, to the water.
Does he know what type it is?
Fiendish.
Kath, you want to step outside with me real quick? And I'll step out of the shop, and you can deal with them and then come to us if you want to, or whatever.
Yes, the Everson Inc. Trading Corporate. They're the ones I was talking about. They had to go take care of something real quick first, and then they'll be back.
Oh, that is rather unfortunate. Did they leave their cargo here?
No, they did not. They had to make a detour. They sent a ship ahead. One of their...
Ah, yes. Runner, as it were.
Yeah.
Well, that is rather unfortunate. I really hope we aren't behind schedule now. If I may ask, is there a warehouse that they have designated where their cargo will be available for us to take out into the caravan?
No, it seems that when they come in, the people they're selling to comes, picks it up, and takes it out themselves. They're mostly just in-betweens.
Alright. And the area is good for that. Like, there hasn't been any problems nearby for such instances. That could slow it down.
Oh, I mean, business is normal. I mean, a couple people have gone missing here and there, but they're just vagabonds or thereabouts anyway, so...
Oh, that...
Insight check. If you don't mind.
Alright, yeah, go for it.
19.
Alright.
Oh, secrets.
Secrets, numbers secrets. Is it working?
Yes.
Yay!
That's very concerning to hear. I hope not some of your best and burliest haven't disappeared during these events. We don't want to be slowed down in any way.
No, of course not. All my men are fine.
That's good to
I'm
hear.
shaped like normal.
We'll be back. Did the runner let you know when exactly the main ship should be here?
I was told that we should be back in a couple of days, so...
Okay. Wonderful, thank you. You've been very helpful. I'll slide him a gold.
Well, thank you. Come back anytime. He watches he pockets it.
Happily. Oliphius will step out when the door is closed.
What happened
Yeah.
when Cal and I stepped out?
Yeah, I was gonna do that real quick.
Yeah.
Alright, so you guys...
Down towards the end of the dock?
Like towards the water.
Okay, yeah. And that way. I picked something up, and just in case it's in the water, I think your ring will be useful.
Oh.
Right, my ring. Sweet. You just want me to...
Let's see where it's at first, and I'll move to where I felt it, and then cast Divine Sense again, and see if that helps me get like a better ping.
Okay. You can feel it like as if like it's. If you look down, you can feel it like at the bottom.
You're gonna have to go get it. It's right down there. No point at it.
Okay. Cool. Sounds dope. I'm just gonna... And I slide on my ring.
Alright. But I thought you had that. I thought you were just. I thought you had it on all the time.
Yeah, I do. I just sort of like twist it on my finger. And I'm like... and I like... take off the armor so it doesn't weigh me down.
That takes like a good 10 minutes, doesn't it?
That's plate mail takes 10 minutes.
It's,
I don't know
it's
about.
medium armor.
Take it
Off it.
I know plate mail takes 10 minutes to take off.
Medium armor
Be nice if it
off
didn't
takes
take that
a
long.
minute. It only takes a minute to doff medium armor.
Cool.
Caffrey, I'll
Nice.
take
It takes 5 to doff heavy armor
the. Yeah,
too.
and then I'll
10
hold
minutes
it
for
for.
So yeah, I take a minute to take off the armor. She's got like a crop top or something underneath. And then she pops down into the thingamabobber, into the water.
Okay. So you dive into the water. You start swimming down, farther down, and to you, it feels like forever. As you know, the anxiety is getting to you. And you swim down, further down, until eventually you reach the bottom, which is only like maybe 60 feet down. You get to the bottom, and you start kind of sifting through the dirt, and then you start to see shine poke through. And you get the dirt and sand out, and then you pull out. It's a pretty decent sized one, like about maybe that thick, that big.
Invest.
Okay.
And it was buried.
Mm-hmm.
I make a mental note of like the fact that it was buried and I had to sift for it. And you said it was like 60 feet down?
Yeah. Can you roll me a perception check?
Just straight perception.
Mm-hmm.
19.
As you pull it out and you're kind of looking around like at it in the dirt, you start to notice your environment around you, and you can feel as if the the waves are pushing you further along down the docks, like further eastward.
Undertow. Fuck.
No, like not like an undertow where it's sucking you into the like it's like the waves are going and it's like slowly like pushing you.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna try to swim upwards.
Okay. Yeah, you swim upwards, perfectly fine.
I'll help when she breaks the surface and like swims back to the dock. I'll help pull her back on the dock.
I assume we come out between the minute of armor put on and...
Yeah, you probably came out like a little bit after Capriel dived down.
I told Kath that I was picking something up similar to the stone, and she's using her ring to go get it right now.
She doesn't like the water, and you made her swim down?
I didn't. That's exactly what happens. Didn't think about that.
Well, she's down there. I should probably tell you that the Dockmaster was of very little help, but I can tell that he's not telling us the whole story. But he doesn't seem like he wants to get in the middle of it.
We should maybe talk to some of the people who are wandering around here. He said that it was vagabonds and destitutes that were being taken. Maybe there are some still around who saw something.
Well, I saw some as we were entering. They do tend to congregate to areas where product can be shifted.
It does also seem like this fits kind of the cult's patterns, I suppose. They were definitely wanting to pick those that had the least amount of people around them, or if they did, then they would take everyone.
Capriel emerges.
Reach down and offer the hand to pull her up.
Well,
Are you okay?
Yes, why wouldn't I be okay? Molly's okay. Everything's fine. Here's your fucking rock. Also, there was a weird thingy tied sort of motion that was kind of second me into the...
Which way was it moving you?
Adam, which way was it moving me?
It was moving
Eastward.
Eastward. So
Eastward?
maybe this got sucked from a point west that way then?
What if it is another underwater cave?
Like in the Suez again?
what way is out to sea?
Closer eastward.
So yeah, it's getting sucked out.
Well, kind of. It's eastward is like further out to sea, but then like it kind of bends around and goes. So okay, so it's like if this is the docks, right, and then this is eastward, because to me it is going eastward. You know, it would go to the ocean, but the beach kind of bends up this way and goes like that. So technically, this is also towards the ocean, but you know, there's also a beach further up this way.
There's like a natural
Well, maybe.
wall in between.
So it would get caught.
If you look at the map, map, pull America instead of base map.
Do we?
Yeah,
Right.
I posted in the chat.
Matt.
So yeah, so you know, going eastward, you know, there's the beach, and then it goes whoop like that. If you want to go just pure out in the ocean, go south.
South, yeah.
Okay.
Do we try and press the Dockmaster for more information? Maybe talk to the man that he was talking to? Maybe we can convince him we can help.
If you would like to do that, you may. I'm going to try at least to get some of the less reputable sort to talk.
Yes, they might be a little bit looser with rumors.
That's my thinking.
I am not great at talking, but I would like to be helpful.
I would love to talk to homeless.
I'm gonna try to find any one that looks like they kind of hang around this area and maybe aren't super rich.
Don't go far.
The
I'm
homeless.
gonna try the Dockmaster. Maybe I can.
Capriel's gonna go with Ollie.
Okay.
I'll make sure Cal has somebody to go with him.
All right, where's Grandpa going?
I'm going with Olympius as well.
All right, so 3 of you.
Hey, we
what's
split
that
up in a
doing?
different group composition than normal. Look at
Yeah.
us.
I'm proud of you. All right, we'll go with the group of 3 first.
All right.
All right. It's not that hard to find a homeless person.
All right. Wonderful.
You come up to
Before-
one, it looks like they're sleeping, covered in what looks like to be what once was a burlap sack. It's been ripped open to be ripped to become more of a blanket.
Before Olivia says anything to them, I can roll sleight of hand for this, but Capriel is gonna slip 5 gold, to underneath the blanket next to where they're sleeping.
All right, roll a sleight of hand.
Why sleight of hand? Are you trying to avoid the guy seeing it?
I'm sneaking it 20, dirty 20.
All right, you expertly sneak 5 gold pieces under the blanket where he doesn't wake up, he doesn't budge or anything. You kind of see him breathing slowly as if he's sleeping.
Sweet.
He looks dirty, super dirty.
Oliphius will lean down next to the homeless person and just start tap him on the knee or whatever, however he's sleeping. So not confrontational, but hey buddy, kind of.
What? What's going on? He opens his eyes and you look, and he looks old. He looks really old.
Sir, if I may inquire, do you reside here regularly?
This is my spot.
Oh, wonderful. And so you sleep here, then?
This is my spot.
I guess that answers my question.
A beautiful spot.
Have you
Picked it out myself.
have you seen anything interesting? Anything suspicious or something of late that has really caught your attention?
I saw a seagull and a rat fight the other day.
Oh, tell me about it.
Oh, it was really interesting, right? So someone had dropped what looked like to be a sandwich on the ground. I was eating it myself, but then a seagull came swooping down. It was going for it, and then a rat came out from the sewer. Was it kind of weird looking, It had a bunch of slime and stuff on it, and a red tube. But anyway, here he comes up, right? And then he attaches himself to the sandwich, and then seagull comes down and grabs the sandwich and starts flying off. But he attached to the sandwich and started climbing up the seagull, and the seagull, he couldn't fly much, but it was only 5 feet off the ground, so he fell, and it hurt much. And then they started fighting and pecking at each other, and eventually they were fighting so much I run over and grabbed the sandwich myself, and I ran away.
Oh my god, that's amazing.
You sure showed that seagull and rat.
Damn right I did. I outsmarted those stupid beasts.
Oh god.
Do you know the people who also reside around here after dark?
I know there's a Jimbo down a couple blocks that way. There's Talking. He's right around the corner right there. Fucking Talking keeps trying to steal my spot.
Bastard.
I'm watching him. I'm watching that young.
Your sport!
It's my spot!
And have any of them... Have you noticed that the docks recently have gotten less attendees at night?
Well, I'm sorry, I was thinking about that sandwich. What'd you say?
Have the docks become less populated by those downtrodden, such as yourself?
Yeah, I mean, Samantha went missing the other day. She's a good girl. She's down on her luck. I just assumed that she went back home, though, or at least found something to do.
Where was her spot?
Samantha.
Samantha? Sorry, I was asking out of character.
Samantha.
Samantha? And she got taken? Or
Yeah.
she's missing?
Well, she's missing.
No, where was her spot? Does everyone have their own spot here?
Well, I mean, not everyone has their own spot like me.
Well, I mean, no one has as good a spot as you do, but do they have lesser spots elsewhere?
There's a couple communal spots where people, when they can't find their own spot, usually go to, or kind of changes hands every once in a while. And there's a couple ones that's over there. It's closer to the west side of the docks. It's like a little bit before you get to the Topaz Ward. Those try to keep too many of us out from over there, but
And
we sneak in every once in a while.
have others disappeared?
Well, a couple of us go missing every once in a while, and no one really bats an eye. Not even us, really. Yeah, it's just part of it. Either they get drunk or they move spots. But, no, there was that one guy who went missing, like a week ago.
And his name and spot? Or her name and
I
spot?
don't remember no, he wasn't one of us. The only reason I heard too much about it is because I heard a lot of dock workers talking about it. I don't remember his name. It was some worker for someone, I don't know. He went missing. But, eventually people started quieting down about it,
Your name?
Mine? Yeah. Well, my name is Nefarious III, Esquire.
Alright. Wonderful to meet you. You have been a lot of help. Thank you.
What's your name?
My name doesn't matter.
Oh, that's not very polite of you. Usually one gives their name.
I
when
hold up
someone
a
gives
gold
theirs.
coin.
Never mind then. You're good.
My name does not matter. None of
You're
our
right.
names
It
matter.
doesn't. I don't know who you are. Get out of my spot.
You'll be my spot soon, you cute!
Shut up, Larkin. I've had this spot since I came here. I'll have it when I die.
Only what, 2 days?
Oh, shut up, Larkin. And you hear the back and forth argument.
Caffriel slips him 3 more gold.
Damn, he's gonna be the richest homeless guy in the world.
Thank you, my lady.
Chip hat!
Ship's tinfoil.
Tip sack. Tip burlap sack.
So we'll come back to Cal and Mihi.
I'll step into the dockmaster's office and is there a chair?
Hey, what seems to bring you in here?
Is there a chair?
Look at the corner.
Okay, not like a desk with a.
It's kind of like a counter that kind of like goes
Okay,
across.
Yeah, I got you. And I'll like lean up. I'll rest against the counter. Hello, sir. Sorry to bother you again, Dockmaster Duran, was it?
Yeah, that's my name.
My name's Cal Zarel, and I'm just looking into the investigation, or I'm looking into the disappearances here on the docks.
Can you speak up a little bit? It's hard to hear you.
My name's Cal Zarel. I'm looking into the disappearances here on the dock.
I mean, they're just destitute and homeless. What do you care for?
I care about everybody, sir. And you're the dockmaster. I'm sure you're in a good spot of information. Anything that you might have seen out of the ordinary would be a big help, and I will appreciate it. And
I come to work every day and I leave. I don't pay no attention to nothing going on outside this building.
Insight check.
Alright?
I'll make one too.
Come on. It's only a 9.
21.
Alright. Yeah, he's cantankerous. You've run into, people like this, growing up, like, kind of older, and they're just like, it's my way, I'll do it my way. And you don't really mess with those kind of people. You're just like, cool, okay, let's stick with that. I mean, you get the sense that he definitely, he knows something. He's just trying to hide it or, not pay too much attention to it.
Look, sir, we do not mean to be a bother, but if we make the docks safer, then it's less that you have to worry about. But right now, there are people going missing and people that are interested in what is happening here. That's just going to put more eyes on you and your business. So the more information that you could give us that could help us on our search, the sooner we will get out of your hair, and the sooner that your business can return to normal without people coming around and asking questions.
We've handled this thing before, so this type of thing before.
Look, I don't like.
Go ahead.
Sorry, go on.
And I was gonna say I do know how this works, and I'll put say 5 gold pieces on the countertop.
All right, he like listens to me. He and like watches you put the money down. Kind of looks around, takes it, pockets it, says, "All right, look. I don't like messing around with things. You know, try to keep myself an honest worker. I don't like to do too much. But a couple people have gone missing. Besides the homeless, you know, they go missing all the time. No one bats an eye or cares. But we had a couple dock workers go missing.
From which dock?
Went over there further to the west, a little bit before you get to Topaz Ward.
Can you give us the specific dock number? Sorry, that's a very Ethan thing to ask because
No, it's fair. I'm counting.
I know how these things work.
Dock number 6
Dock
over
number
there.
6. Does that one have a dock master we can talk to?
Nah, I take care of most of the docks around here.
Anything else?
Pretty busy. All upstairs is basically just records.
The whole upstairs is basically what?
Just records.
Okay. Go ahead, Mihi.
Do you know if it happened at a specific time? Or if there were any witnesses that may have seen anything? Or you just know that they went missing and hung out around there?
I just know they went missing. I mean, I heard they were working late that night, you know, before they didn't show up for work the next day. The other one that went missing, they were working.
Sorry.
Hmm?
I was just gonna ask if there was anything else on the ordinary you might have seen, so.
Yeah, we didn't know the second one was missing until he didn't show up a few days later. He had taken a couple of days off.
Thank you, sir. You've been a big help. If anything else comes to mind, you can send a message.
Alright, look, you didn't.
Didn't hear this from you.
Yeah, exactly. You
Of course
where
not.
you came from, right? Or it came from the fucking homeless people outside.
Oh, sir.
Are you sure there's nothing else you can remember or anything that would be helpful?
People have been finding weird shit lately, you know. But
Weird, rocks, maybe?
yeah, what do you know about that?
Just rumors.
Just rumors.
Yeah.
Alright. Thank you so much for your help.
Thank you, sir. And I'll open the door for Mihi and then step out.
When they get out, she's like, we did it!
Good job.
Yeah, we did it together. It was good. To Dock 6!
Well, let's pick up the others first and then go to dogs.
Right. Of course. Sorry. A little excited.
Mihi's so fucking right, just ditch us.
Bye!
Bye, Felicia.
That one-liner had more of an effect than we thought. We're gonna just drop all of us. Except for
Yeah,
Cal.
she's just like, let's elope.
Alright, eventually you guys meet back up on, you know,
I think we're just watching the two homeless people yelling at each other.
probably. You guys meet back up on like dock number 11.
2 dog
Oh, we
workers
met
went
the-
missing from dock 6. That's what we were able to find out.
We found out.
We met the finest homeless man. A great story about a sandwich, and another woman went missing from the western side of the docks.
That's the direction.
Is Dock 6
Specifically
in the
set
western
around-
side, or?
The Topaz Ward is what he said.
Dock
Yes.
6 is around the Topaz Ward, according to the dock master.
All right, then I think we have our location.
So
Fi-
We scope it
5
out.
silver says that we'll see the rolling ram icon.
Oh boy.
I will take that bet. Hand.
Okay, yeah.
Shit.
Shakes hands.
Also, there is some homeless man named Talkin, and he is trying to take the Darius' spot, so do not trust him.
Good to know. But
The
let's
Yes,
inner
Darius
political workings of the homeless on the
Darius the
docks.
Third Esquire has the best spot.
Ooh, that is quite a fancy name.
He is quite a fancy man.
Probably get going.
let's scope
You guys
out
can
docks.
hear like, I told you it's my spot. I'm gonna find you over here again. Like off in a little bit.
And we'll see if we'll check out Dock 6 with Caffrey on my abilities. Maybe Grandpa can think of something.
Before we head over there, I would like to get my detecting magic spell going,
Of course.
just in case.
Question for Adam. The communal spots were around Topaz Ward, right?
There's a few. He said there's a few over that way. There's probably some more further, like into town, especially
Okay.
further into the slums.
Okay.
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 So-
So I just wanted to make sure my notes were right.
He
Yeah, there's
also
there's a
mentioned-
couple in the Topaz, but they're mostly in the slums.
Okay.
Yes. So before we head off, Grandpa will find his own spot, and he will sit down and start
Not in the very-
no, far enough away to not be on his turf. To start ritual casting detect magic.
Oi, look at this! Now a little turtle is trying to take my spot!
I was here first. You get your own spot. I'll talk to Nefarious.
I'll
He
go
knows.
to my spots!
Hey, fuck off.
The man also mentioned that people have been finding the stones around, and they've noticed that they are odd, so it has certainly caught the attention of more than just the Lord.
That man has a little bit, or knows a little bit more than he's letting on.
Which one?
The Lord.
Oh, don't all?
This could just be a roundabout way of him asking us to get rid of the cultists, similar to what happened in Multhir.
Assuming it's actually cultists and not something else, right?
All the signs fit.
Just trying to not jump to conclusions, I guess.
No, it's
Wait,
wow.
Cal isn't trying to jump to conclusions?
I'm assuming there's like a seagull that keeps like landing near us and going.
Quiet you.
Someone should put that seagull out of its misery.
Just trying to be.
Oh, it sounds very sick. Oh, poor seagull. Can you
I
help
cast
it
Cure
heal it,
Wounds on the
Grace?
seagull.
You cast what?
I lay my hands on the seagull.
You go to touch the seagull and like it bites at you.
Ah!
No.
But
Right, so finish casting detect magic, and then we head towards Dock 6.
Whoa, where's that noise?
I think Adam moved something by his mic.
Oh, I was moving my mic so I could read something.
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay.
Was it this sound?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
Big ol' yikes from me, dog.
When we get to
What did it sound like on your end? Because it sounds like squeaking.
Oh, it
Oh,
sounded
nails on
awful.
chalk.
Sounds like.
It sounds like if you were inside of a bendy straw when somebody was like kind of moving it up and down.
Yeah.
And, like,
Yeah.
yeah.
But when we get to Dock
Thank you.
6, Divine Sense, third charge of the day.
Do you want me to roll survival? Yes. Okay.
Along the way, do I see anything or sense any magic as we're walking along the dock?
How far is detect magic? 60 feet as well, right?
I want to say it's 30 feet. Let me check. Yeah, 30 feet.
Okay, so 30 feet you said?
Yeah.
Alright, you don't sense anything magical currently at the moment. So Cal, you do sense some stuff. Looks like it's, down like kind of where Capriel did in the last dock.
Okay.
Capriel, you picking up on, realizing that the stone was probably pushed from the waves further down. You start kind of pinpointing like where you could see little tiny lumps in the sand that you wouldn't have noticed if you weren't looking for this specific thing. Every once in a while, as you get closer and as you get closer and closer to Dock 6, it seems to be more and more
There's more of
lumps.
them.
Yeah.
There's more. There's a lot of those crystals, everybody. And they seem to be concentrated around this dock.
Wonderful.
And did I pick up on that too?
Yeah. That's what you're yes.
The lumps in the sand?
Yeah.
Okay.
Um,
Am I
I'm
going
gonna-
to have to go diving again?
Are they centralized or are they just kind of everywhere?
They seem to.
Based on what
specifiable.
Cal
You see a lot of them do being kind of everywhere, like from the waves, but it does seem like there are some collected underneath one of the docks.
Is it Dock 6?
No, it's actually like the further up you go. Like you went to Dock 6 and you can still see as like them going up, and they seem to be more collected around Dock 4.
Is that in the direction of the current that Capriel felt?
Yeah.
From
One's in
Dock
the
6.
direction of like fight, like if you were fighting against a current.
Okay, so
Would've gone
it's
towards-
upstream. It's upstream of Dock 6.
Upstream.
Are they in the water?
Yes.
Oh,
I-
hold my armor.
I can get this.
I can go as well. I can.
It's fine.
That ground-
Silly guys,
I
I'm not afraid of water.
I
There
dive
were guys in the water
Yeah.
before Capriel came to the time
I
spec.
know you.
I don't-
Bastard.
I don't have armor, so I don't have to take anything off.
Well, if that's the case, then I'm gonna go find another homeless person to talk to.
I will go with you.
Alright.
With you.
He.
Grandpa, can you roll me a perception check at advantage, please?
Where are you going,
Sure.
Cal?
I wanted to go investigate Dock 4 real quick.
Say that again?
I wanted to go investigate Dock 4.
Okay.
That's a
Because
15.
I think guys were at Dock 4.
Oh, we are at Dock 4? Well, I want to
Yeah.
get. Okay, so never mind then. I'll just wait for.
13 for perception.
Alright. So
I'll
yeah,
go
so
with Himmel's crew.
Oh, and I don't know if that's too late. Never mind.
You're going with which
what?
one?
I was
Homeless
gonna
crew.
say I guidance myself since I'm searching for something, but it's not too
It's a
late.
little too late, yeah.
Yeah.
To reroll. So you go down, you start kind of picking up like the stones and stuff. Like, oh, you get a good collection, like maybe like a good like cupped handful of them. And you're like, okay, cool. So this is where it is, and you look up, and then you see it looks like to be a grate, like as it was going into the sewers, and it looks like part of it has been
Bent
pried
open.
open. Pried open.
Oh, okay. I return to the surface with the crystals. Just my head kind of poking out, and I put the crystals up onto the shore, but it's staying in the water. And I say, "Looks like, well, I think Livius might be getting those 5 silver pieces, perhaps. But it seems like, in the past, the cultists have favored the sewers, and once again, I'm seeing some evidence of that down here. Someone pried the bars to the grate of the sewers down where I found these, and it seems like someone's been coming and going as they please from that direction."
That sounds about right. While they're talking to them, do you want to see how far of a swim it is?
Sure, I could do that.
And I'll look up here to see if I can find a grate to get down there. And I'll help Grandpa slip
Like
back
on the
into water.
surface.
Yeah, I'll look for a surface grate. Grandpa can check and see underwater. 2-pronged attack.
Alright. Yeah, you don't really seem to find a grate that goes into the sewer on the surface.
That's
At least
unfortunate.
not anywhere close to the dock.
Okay.
So what Grandpa going back to the water for again?
So I'm
Grandpa,
gonna cast guidance on myself before I dive back down, but I'm going to go into the grate. Like, how big is it? Is it enough for a person to fit through, or is
Yeah.
it small?
Oh, it's definitely that's.
Okay, so it's like a big sewer. Okay, so yeah, I'm gonna go through and see how far of a swim it is for people who can't hold their breath for an hour.
You get in, and it basically like part of it is above the surface of the water already.
Oh, okay.
It's just like
Gotcha.
to get into it, you have to go under the water to get in.
Yeah. So as I kind of poke my head up through the water, up into air, not really going any above just my eye level, I'll kind of look around and kind of perception the area to see if I see anything before heading back down.
Fits the Buds training, special Turtle Forces. Playing demolition charges, knowing not to peek above the water too high. It fits my grandpa's Rambo theory.
Oh man, does Grandpa have a conspiracy theory now? I'm all for this.
Oh god, this one's gonna take a long while to load up, I can already tell. There we go. Okay, load up.
I think there's a conspiracy theory for all of us.
Gabrielle's conspiracy theory.
She's just one tentacle of many from this great patron.
That it's all in her head.
Images and maps.
So she doesn't even have a patron?
Yeah.
You see, so
Her patron is her mom.
you see, like, in there, you see, like, a kind of like a walkway on either side, and you see, water in the middle. Like,
Okay.
the walkway is big enough, just big enough for one person to fit on, like, each lane of the line,
Gotcha. And nothing else? In this kind of room, just a
the water
walkway?
seems pretty deep, though. What? I heard my name, what?
I thought she said got him.
Yeah.
I did,
Oh, I
because
thought
I
it was-
bit his ear.
Yeah. The water in the sewer seems to be pretty deep, as if, like, 15 feet deep.
Okay. Then I'll head back out the grate and back to the surface.
Right. Do we want to roleplay that homeless thing, or is that just a funsies thing?
I mean, it would mainly just be trying to find the number of people missing. We can do like a persuasion check or something.
Just tell me how many homeless we run into.
I shouldn't have done that. Oh well. Roll me a investigation.
Yeah,
Should all of us?
I can do it. Ba-doop-boom. Investigation. Boop. That. Did that go through?
No.
Not.
Nope.
Ooh. Man.
Oh, natural one.
That one.
Let's shoot out the other roll. That's Eagle.
Yeah, you find like 2 other homeless people, but they don't really want to talk to you.
Well,
That's fair.
They all
that's,
look like fancy, rich folk who ask you too many questions.
that's still gonna be minus 10 gold for me. I give
Oh,
each
so
them
you-
5 gold.
Can I perception check to see her doing this?
Are you being stealthy about it?
Yeah, a little bit.
Roll me sleight of
I can-
hand.
I'll do.
Oh, nat 20 perception.
Alright, I'll roll sleight of hand 2 times
Crab.
for the 2 people that I do this for. So
Oh,
one of
that's a
them,
21, but doesn't beat
Oh,
She
so close.
She can't beat
It's-
her.
Yeah, no, it's for the
The homeless
So
people.
one of them I roll a 21, and then the other guy I roll a 19. Or no, a 9, sorry.
9.
So the first time, you kind of like see Capriel do something like, wait, what? But you don't really say nothing. You're like, okay. So you saw her slip them something, but you didn't see exactly what. And then the second time she does it, you're more looking for it, and you can see her giving them gold.
Do the homeless guys know that I gave them gold?
That one did not, and the second one did.
Okay.
As we're kind of walking back to the group, Mihi will hang back with Capriel and... That was very kind of you.
What was very kind of me?
The gold you gave those homeless people.
Oh. It was nothing. I mean, I have a lot of gold. It was like... literally nothing.
It still is very nice. I am kind of upset I didn't think of it myself, honestly.
Well,
I think it's very sweet.
don't really, it's fine. You weren't even supposed to see that.
Why not?
I don't want people to know that I did that.
Why? It's a great thing.
Because
It shows that you're kind and that you care.
because you're
Am I hearing this conversation?
Yeah, you can be listening in on this, it's fine.
Okay.
Because I don't want recognition for it.
That's fine.
And they'll
lot of-
circle her like vultures.
No, not because of that. I wouldn't mind if they did. I have enough money for all of them, it's fine. It's just that I don't want to profit off of their misery. I don't want people to think that I'm kind just because I'm giving to them. They need it more than I do, and it's just I don't need people thinking that I'm some sort of amazing person just because I gave gold to somebody who needed it more than I did. I didn't.
No.
Yeah, she overloads like Cal does, and she goes like red.
But
Like
I think
if Cal was
But-
her shade of color, she would be like that dark of a shade.
no. But I think you are amazing for all sorts of other reasons.
Slightly darker.
Smiles, keeps walking.
If they don't if their actions don't benefit us, I don't believe it was right to give them something where they did not earn it.
Polypheus, if they had our positions of power, then there's no way of telling that their actions would not benefit the world. We have been very lucky. And she looks at you like,
And I always believe that the weak should have, the strong should be helping out the weak. I suppose this is just the money version of it. I've never had this much money in my life, so I hadn't really thought about it before. But I think that is the right thing to do.
That's
that's
because
fine. I'm used
you
to this
worked
much.
for it, you earned it.
Have you ever considered that people don't want them around because they're dirty, and that they're dirty because they can't afford to be clean, and they can't work because people don't want them around, and that it's this endless cycle of them being trapped inside this shitty poverty, and that they just can't work because they're stuck there? And she looks at you with
And you can honestly not tell me not a single point in your life you would have wished that somebody had come along and helped you?
No. And he turns around and starts just walking off.
and then Capra goes,
He tries to hold back a little bit of laughter, but she looks a little sad. And scene.
Yeah, getting back to the what was it, 4th? It was the Dock 4?
Dock 4.
Dock 4.
Find anything,
Yeah.
Grandma?
Bridge 4.
As I help
No.
water.
Yes, it's only a very short swim. Not even a few seconds down there.
I
But
could have
there's-
done that swim.
Yes, Capriel, you're a very great swimmer, we all know.
I know,
but
I'm-
Way to
there's
go then.
a small walkway. Yep, okay. If everybody would like to join in this nice day swim.
I love swimming. It's great. Let me just take off my armor. It's
Now you would
awesome.
want to keep that on, Capriel. There could be danger there.
Okay.
But that would
Let
make
me-
it hard to swim.
Well, that's fine, because I'm a great swimmer.
Yeah, she's a fantastic swimmer and
I'm the
very
best,
strong.
and I love swimming.
It's her favorite activity. She's told me. That's why I gave her the ring.
Exactly why he gave me the ring.
Why
Is
are
it
we
far
all
enough?
about this?
Is it far enough that I'll have to
Ow.
actually
There's an imp
Hold
biting
my
me.
breath, or
There's a shadowy
Yes, you
imp.
should probably hold your breath
what?
underwater.
You know what I mean, where it's a far enough distance that it could be an issue.
Oh, I don't think so. How far was it, Adam?
Oh
Maybe
man, that poor seagull.
Poor seagull.
Seagull.
Is
I
that
passed
seagull
over
again?
that seagull to put it out of its misery.
Did it swallow something? Has it been smoking?
Why
Why are you
Do you want
It's-
No, it sounds like it had a nasal infection, if I'm being honest.
You watch as it coughs up one of the little stones.
Ew.
Flies
Oh,
up.
grab it! Grab it! Grab it!
Training in the
How far
sewers
is-
for you guys.
Yeah, how far is the swim?
Like 20 feet down.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I may need some help.
Yeah,
I
Grandpa
caught a
will
goblin! Guys, look, I caught a goblin!
put that seagull down, Gabrielle.
No! This is the one that fought the rat!
I know! You don't want to be fighting that seagull. It's disgusting.
I can take him!
Anyway,
He took my sandwich!
Engaged in combat with 5 demons while you guys are.
Yeah. Alright, yeah, so we'll head
So as
down
you guys-
to the sewers.
as you guys go down,
Um,
and Adam switches music.
what do you mean? It's not as happy and jovial as the city streets?
I mean, me catching a seagull should definitely be happy music.
Don't bring that seagull.
Gremlin.
Don't bring that seagull with you. They can't swim.
I'm bringing the seagull.
Don't bring the
I'm
seagull.
bringing the seagull,
It's
Grandpa.
fighting. It's
It
fighting.
has a nasal infection and it can't breathe underwater. You should not bring that seagull.
What if I put the ring on the seagull?
It takes time to attune to that ring, and I don't think the seagull has that attention span.
It's biting me! It's biting me!
Yes, you should put down that diseased
Ow.
seabird.
Ow! It's biting me. It's got my thumb.
You shouldn't have worn your sandwich perfume today.
I could be
Oh.
smiting things right now. But
You should probably smite the seagull,
I could
Cal.
have stayed up here to smite the seagull, but I'm waiting in
Sure.
the sewers for you guys.
I head to the
He's dead,
sewers.
you fool! The seagull was the true
seagull.
enemy.
Yeah, just like the
It's actually-
squirrel.
It's just a polymorphed dragon right now.
No!
It's the opposite.
No!
Please,
The other,
just
if your
join
other
me in the
class seagull-
sewers. I don't ask a lot.
the map's loading for me right now.
Yeah, it's still loading.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
letting me.
same.
It's a big map. It's gonna take a bit.
I
Okay.
don't ask a lot.
Oh my god.
I'm literally just here to smite things for you people.
Hey, no, you're also here to serve your god and make your dad happy.
None
Don't
of you
say
know
that you're
this.
here to smite things. Last time you said that, you got turned to stone.
Yeah.
Now we're fighting 5 Gorgons!
I kissed you. I kissed your cheek. Oh, he kissed me back. Me and the seagull are friends now.
Oh, I'm just waiting for him to nip you again.
He gonna.
I just want the map to load. Please.
Do we have to swim down to the sewers, or do we find another place for it?
You have to
You
swim
gotta swim
down.
down.
Swim down.
Okay, are we gonna have to do checks for that?
No, it's not.
20 feet.
Okay, thank God. You forget, I have a -2 to all swim checks. I'm fucked.
My athletics is +8.
Yeah, you guys are fine.
I think Mihi should probably have that ring.
No, I'm scared.
I thought you weren't scared. I thought you were the
Oh,
best.
yeah, I thought you
swimmer.
weren't scared.
I'm not scared. In character. Out of character. She's scared.
Terrified.
And we all know she's actually scared.
Cal doesn't, because Cal can't
Yeah.
pick up on anything.
What are social cues?
He likes to wave at them as they pass by.
I'm just putting you guys on, obviously. You know, if
Yeah,
if
man,
you
this
do
is
something
a
different, then-
big map.
It's a big map. It's a really big map.
Might want to like start dropping in maps like ahead of time.
But,
I mean, I put the map in. I just have to share it. So
Well, I mean, like share it ahead of time. You can tell us to close it.
I
Fair
come
enough.
up, what do I see?
You come up and you see sewer. You see water.
Can I?
Coming towards you.
I want to investigate the area, like the walls, and look for those signs I saw in the Multhir sewers, and see if I see any symbols that are similar.
Alright.
Investigation.
Yeah.
It's a 19.
Alright.
Yeah.
So you're kind of looking around the walls. On one side, you look at the other, and then you see them like at the bottom of your peripheral. You look down and you watch as one of the little stones is being dragged by the current of the sewer water.
Okay, I'll reach in and grab it. Looks like they're coming from upstream. Have they joined me yet, or have I like?
Have they?
I would
I
assume
imagine so,
everyone
yeah.
has.
Yeah.
Okay. So Caprielle pops up. She's like, "I wasn't scared.
I know you weren't yet.
I know you know I wasn't scared.
Not scared of anything.
I'm not scared
What?
of shit."
Cal, you said they were going upstream.
They're coming from upstream. They're being walked.
Ah, they're coming from upstream. Yeah.
Sorry.
Should I do another survival thingy to track crystals?
Yeah, sure.
Oh, but advantage, tracking feelings,
Natural
crab.
Nice.
I'm sorry, Toby. It's fine. Ah, you licked my mouth. This
Stop bringing the
seagull
seagull with you.
It's really invasive, and I love him though.
So you guys start going upstream a little bit, and as you get further and further, you notice another stone. It looks really, really tiny. It's like kind of in a corner of the wall. You wouldn't have seen it if you weren't looking. If you didn't have the skills that you have, it has finally been revealed. It is further up.
What?
The map?
On the map, yeah.
I can't see the map yet. It's still loading for me.
Yeah, I see
Yeah,
squares
same.
now.
Oh shit, is it?
Yeah.
It finished for me finally.
Let me see. It's still
Oh, is it that tiny little dot?
Yep, is that T and
Oh my fucking god, it's so small! It's on the right side.
Oh, I found stuff now. Yay.
I'm just gonna watch
Hang
the
on.
stream. Can you?
Oh, there it goes.
I'm
Can
revealing
you
more.
the other view, Ethan?
Yeah, as soon as I get to where we're at.
Okay.
Oh.
Where I will.
It says Oliphius' connection was lost.
Yes, it did. The map killed it.
Oh yeah, you know what? Mine might be
Welcome
too,
to
because
Colin Mitchell.
I can't select anything. Yep, mine's gone too.
You
Note to
murdered
self.
us.
Make maps smaller than this.
How do you spell your name again, Oliphius?
Olifieus.
Okay, cool. For some reason, there was 2 Mihis. So I'll just change that real quick.
There's always 2 Mihis.
One is the book.
The book and her.
See, I just can beat you guys to it now.
Alright, I can see it on the stream.
I don't
Yeah.
see Grandpa in the stream either.
They both dropped.
Oh
Yeah.
no, Fantasy Grounds isn't responding.
They're dropping like flies. Who's
Like I said, note to self,
They're dropping like seagulls.
smaller maps next time.
Break it apart into 2 maps
no.
next time.
Please no. Oh wait, I think it loaded.
Yeah, I still show Colleen, and then it's just.
Oh no, it's not responding.
Adam, you monster!
I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen. I
If you
didn't
wanted to
think
have a
it was
TPK,
bad.
you could have done it in character and not in Fantasy Grounds.
Yep.
Oh, weird. This time it loaded immediately. Kinda weird. Alright, where exactly are we in here?
We're at the
You
bottom.
guys would have been.
Oh, wait, no, it crashed again. Oh, I know it's here. I'm here. I'm still good. Alright, I'm in.
No, wait, where is
So
the
you guys
thingy?
would be
Where's
over
the
here.
thingy?
I put a Lithius there. I'm slowly moving y'all up.
Just move on up.
Okay. Does this have in all directions? Okay.
So that little red dot is the little stone that Caprell found.
Little red
Little
dot.
red dot where? Oh, I see it. Wow, it's so tiny.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, see, maybe I need to zoom in.
Nat 20.
Little red dot? Where?
It's
It's right on you. It was.
Oh, I see it now.
It's
Okay.
really tiny.
I see.
Oh my gosh. Holy crap.
Gabrielle's gonna be like, look, I found a thing.
Are you like yelling this?
Yes.
Oh, Oliphius will absolutely try to cover your mouth the moment you start yelling.
Good fucking one.
Make a dexterity check.
Me? Oh, him?
No. Yeah, Olympius.
Dexterity saving throw?
Check.
Damn it.
Hey.
17.
Ayo.
No. Alright. So yeah, so you start screaming that, Caprell. All of a sudden you feel hands, boom, like on your mouth.
Grandpa mumbles to himself, I wish I had prepared silence today.
Maybe you should explain why we want her to be quiet. There may be
Start moving the hand down. Now, quietly, tell us what you found.
There's a teeny tiny little stone. And
Awesome.
saw it.
All right. We're on the right track then. Let's keep going.
I grabbed the stone.
All right. So we
can we just keep,
continue
like, a
heading
really-
further.
Yeah, can we just keep a really close eye out, like...
Let me know when I should roll for survival thingy.
Alright, roll me another survival.
Yeah, I think we should be, like,
I'm gonna hit you
slow.
with guidance.
Yeah. As you guys get to the little round of, like, basically the split where you keep going forward.
So take a d4 as well, Colleen.
Nice.
Oh, do I do that now?
Yeah, because I give you guidance.
Okay. So
So
do I
d4.
choose when
Just
to do
D4.
it?
Right now.
No, I think it's all your checks.
For,
Oh, so that would be
I think that's bless. I think guidance is the one that
Yeah,
expends
guidance
it.
is a cantrip.
yeah, it's the next check.
that's
22.
22.
22. Alright, so kind of looking around and seeing, you see another tin of dat. Oh, I guess I don't have it on this map. It was right over there, but it's leading this way.
Can we be, like, moving super slowly and, like, stealthy and stuff?
Yeah, sure. Everyone roll me stealth checks.
I'm gonna give myself guidance then now. For stealth.
Oops!
Ooh. Well,
Cap is gonna suck at this.
That shouldn't be,
Oh
that
my
shouldn't be a
God.
disadvantage. It rolled disadvantage.
Wow.
I have the boots of Elvenkind.
I got a
no.
6. Yeah, so we got 6.
Re-roll it, Cal. Re-roll it, but hit
Yeah.
advantage so that way it'll...
It's a
God, our rolls are also bad. 10,
Okay.
12,
18.
6,
Four.
4, and 3. Or 4 and 4.
Alright.
Jesus. Clank, clank, stomp, stomp, stomp.
Mihi falls in the fucking
Hey
water.
guys, have you seen my cool new scale mail? It's pretty fucking dope, right?
Let me jump it down. Make all of the scales jingle.
Dingle, dangle, dingle, dangle, they dingle with my boobs.
What's your wisdom? Just wondering.
Actually, pretty high.
Yeah.
Damn it.
My intelligence, on the other hand, my wisdom is 17, but my intelligence is a 13.
It's
It's still not bad.
10 is average.
I know.
Mickey has a
you're
plus
fucking
3.
with us on purpose.
Mickey has a plus 3 in everything
She's-
but charisma and strength.
She's doing this to fuck with you.
So we're moving along. In which way did we?
So we're moving along.
And we're moving, and we're moving.
All right, so yeah, so you keep following the path. You see the. Oh, he died. You see the little dead end over there, and you turn around and keep going. And then eventually you see another little doodad on this little corner down here.
Down here is not a descriptor.
Though,
Right.
I mean,
From the right or left?
Where Grandpa is right now?
nope. Keep going this way.
Straight. But this descriptors, Adam.
See that?
Right here, right here.
There it
There
is.
it
See
is.
there's the little, there's the
Right
little
above
thing.
Grandpa.
There are not descriptors if I don't know where it's at.
Right
I'm,
above
to be
Grandpa.
fair, I'm
right
assuming you guys are following on the path of me
We don't know what your
revealing more of
path
this
is.
map.
Also, Cal and I are
I'm
on
revealing
the
more of
other.
the map.
Cal and I are on the other bank. Should we cross?
I don't see.
Move up.
It's in the water.
To the right. Yeah, it's in the water
it's
just
right
above
above Grandpa.
See the
Oh.
red?
Who
Sparkle.
saw that? Was that me or was that someone else?
So you've been
It was
tracking
you.
it, so you.
Oh yay! I'm gonna be like, guys, I found
At least you're trying this time.
Good job.
I grab
Gonna start going south, I guess.
Which
Yeah.
way's the water moving? Oh, there's a dead end.
It seems to be moving like from where you are, like westward. Like it seems like it's going towards the entrance to the sewer.
So we're moving
Or
up.
the exit.
Yeah, well, when you entered that way, but yeah.
Guidance, Ken. On me.
it. Should I roll
I'm-
another survival?
Nah, you'll be fine. You don't want to do it
Okay.
right now. Because you find another one right there.
Where?
You're right on
he's
it.
dragging the.
Oh.
Yeah.
You're right on it. It's right there.
That one looks slightly
On the very
larger.
bottom.
Oh, I see it.
Yeah, it's a little bigger than the rest. That's why you didn't need to roll a survival.
Yay.
It's like half a fist size.
Oh wow.
Ooh.
We've been putting all
Are
these
we
in the chest, right?
keeping all? Yeah, I was
Yeah.
just gonna say we're
I've been-
keeping all these in the chest.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I've been keeping all these.
Okay. All right. Continue venturing forth, I imagine.
We should just be careful. If we get close to the sewers, it might be closer to
Aren't we in the sewers right now?
them.
There we
Oh,
go.
He said this was towards the
there.
entrance to the sewers.
So as you guys, when you pick up that thing, you guys can hear something like some commotion around the corner that I just revealed. This one that heads south.
I'm gonna head to the corner and then I'm going to just listen, like not poke my head around, but just listen.
Yeah, I want to listen to.
Should I roll
Visibility.
another survival?
Um,
Oh, true. That's an 18 for perception whenever you have a chance.
all right. So you can hear off down a little bit. You hear full house. Ah, damn it! You hear people being like upset a little bit. Think, cleaning house today.
Poker.
And
You
I
know,
whisper just. Yeah, so I whispered to the group, it sounds like they haven't heard us coming yet. Seems like they're playing cards just down the way.
What do we want to do?
Can I peek around the corner to see like a glimpse of how far down it is? Not stepping around the corner, just like one.
Yeah. Yeah. Roll me a roll me a stealth real quick.
I'll give him some guidance as well.
Make sure you hit advantage
Yep.
for you. Yeah.
16 plus 18.
All right.
And then perception.
Yeah.
laggy because of the map.
I know.
It's only a.
Like I said, I'm sorry. That was
No, it's all
on
good.
me. You peek around the corner and you don't see anybody over here this way, but you can still hear them around the other corner. And you hear, hey, when are the bigwigs supposed to come by? A couple days from now, I said.
Okay, so we go in there and interrogate.
Can anybody? How do we get on top of them fast as possible, so they don't have a chance to run away?
What if they are just innocent people in the sewers?
Or
How do we know they are what we're looking for?
Better to.
Well, I can't put them to sleep at the moment, but I can try to will them to aid us.
I can also do some fun new things.
I can as well. I just want to make sure we don't kill anybody or hurt anyone. We should not.
If we knock them down, I'll just bring them back.
Okay.
Capriel's like twirling her side like.
So how are we getting on top of them before they can get away?
We should just all act at the same time. Make sure we do a countdown and go together.
Just run at them?
Surprise round. That'd be out of character surprise round.
Yeah.
Alright.
I could possibly hold one of them in place, but that's about it.
We only need one.
Well, can we tell how many there are not off of a 7? Don't know how many voices I've heard.
Not off of a 7.
Yeah. So let's
I
just
could maybe intimidate them.
inch our way down, and on the count of 3 we go.
I think
Sounds
so.
good to me.
Okay. We'll inch our way down to the corner, and then
Alright, are you gonna peek around first, or are you just gonna go?
I think somebody should come around first, just to be sure.
I agree.
Someone who doesn't have disadvantage on their armor.
I will check.
I'll give you guidance.
What?
If only.
Put a hand under me here and it close. A warm feeling flows through your back as I place my hand on your back.
Okay. Here I go.
Alright, roll stealth.
Add the D. Well, I guess you don't. Yeah.
19.
Nice.
Nice team.
Alright, you. Oh, hold on. I gotta get rid of that. There we go.
34.
You see a grand total of. There we go. 6 of them. No, I'm just gonna put them where they're going to be technically, like for combat part.
Okay.
But okay, why are they? Oh, I can do this. There we go. But they're all basically huddled around this corner.
Are they all wearing red cloaks?
Sure. We'll say.
What do they
yes.
look like?
Yeah, what do they look like?
They basically look like average, just kind of huddle around like a little crate, right?
But like, what kind of clothes are they
They're
wearing?
wearing cultist robes, I think is.
They are wearing like cultist-like robes. They don't look to be exceptionally fancy, but they do look. They look
Familiar.
Are they purple?
They're not purple. These ones
Okay.
are actually red.
Remember that there was 2 parts to the, because one group split, right? Or no,
She'll lean in and be like, "They look like cultists, but the robe color is different."
it's different cults.
Maybe it's.
How are they arranged?
They're all around a crate on the far side.
Let me go first.
No, we should all go together at once.
Don't let them scatter is all I'm saying.
Okay, but if we all go at once and act at the same time, They won't have a chance. Out of character, we all get surprise rounds if we all act at the same time.
Okay.
Well, yes and no, because I know what he's saying.
I'm going to put my hand onto Olympius and say, you can really get that first shot and make it count. I think that's what we need in a guidance. You put a hand on your back, warm feeling flows through your chest.
Miki will cast Armor of Agathis on herself. Well, cast is in, like, she'll do her little instinctual, like, thing and freeze up.
Draw the sword and say the command word, and the shield will start floating around.
Ho 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 ho.
Alexius will...
Can everybody roll me an initiative just so we have that?
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Oh, that's not it. And I'm last.
Oh, don't forget your D4.
I don't know.
Did you give it to Ollie or did you give it to you?
I gave it to Olympius.
Yeah, so
Oh,
D4.
okay, so that's for... Okay, cool.
Does that work on initiative? Let me check real quick.
Initiative is technically a check, like you can apply the bardic
Yeah, that's true.
jack of all trades to it. So.
Yeah.
So that turns it to an 11.
Yeah.
How do I pull up this where's this initiative tracker at?
Top, very top right, the two swords crossed, yeah.
Combat tracker.
Are you able to change your number, Alexius, to 11 on the order tracker?
Let me see if I can.
Dang, they...
No. I think it would have to be Adam. That does it.
So we'll go to Lucas, put 11.
Yeah.
Alright. There you go.
Awesome. Okay. I guess we are all wheeling around then.
Yep.
Surprise round, go!
Did we get the surprise round first of all?
That's true.
I would totally put you. Hold on, I gotta move you. Can I move you up above? How do I move you your order? Oh well, I guess whatever.
I'll know that we can just remember that I go ahead of the that person.
Mm-hmm. All right. So okay.
Did we get
The surprise round goes.
We do. Sweet.
Leaning in front of everyone, Olympius will go, "No one step in front of me."
Okay.
Then he will round the corner.
Just casual like?
You had to leave some of them alive, Olympius.
Yeah, you know what? All casual like.
Alright. So you round the corner, and all of a sudden you hear one like, "Hey, who are you?"
Olympius holding a glass rod in his hand will run it along a patch of fur as you guys see a blue static glow build within the glass rod. He will then draw a sigil in the air as he yells, "Darek vor nar sacro lucel!" And then he will punctuate the shape at the very center as a bolt of lightning erupts outward, doing a straight line. Anyone in that line is gonna be needing to do a reflex save.
Dexterity save.
Or dexterity save.
I knew you meant it. Alright, so that is 2, 1, 5, and 6.
Oh!
So you said a dex save?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought those were the numbers that they rolled.
No. So, okay, number 6, got an 18.
Okay, it's a 5 to save.
Is it what?
16 to save.
Alright, well, it's still saved.
Still saves, yeah.
So he saves, so he takes half. Number 5, that's the wrong one. I grabbed initiative instead of his dexterity. That one's a dirty 20, so he succeeds.
Damn it.
This one is a 13. That one fails. And then number 2 got a 4, so that one also fails. So 1 and 2 fail, 5 and 6 succeed.
Cool.
Oh my god, that's a really good roll.
So Jesus.
Jesus.
Oh my god.
16 on a success.
Yep.
Wow. All right, so you watch as you unleash as this arc of lightning like comes out from the rod, and the first you kind of get out of the way, but it still hits them like right in the arm a little bit. It kind of shocks them, as and it goes like right through the chest of the other 2. Fucking all right. So let's see. So that's half of 32 is
16.
16.
Yes, 16. So one takes 16. Oh, that's a 15. Takes 16. Number 5 takes 16. Number 1 takes the full 32. And number 2 takes the full 32. So you watch as like both 1 and 2 like suddenly like their skin turns like black and like on the outside like it's burned, like it burns them entirely. They both cough.
Like that.
Yeah, exactly. They look fucking riggedy wrecked, son. Like, oh my god, they look like they're on the brink of death.
Yay!
What? Ah! And then like, yeah. So, and then well, surprise round still. So, we'll just say
Also-
we're skipping your surprise round at this point because you did it at the
Yeah.
top. So,
Are we just going in
yeah,
initiative order?
So, yeah. So now we'll go with initiative order. Why is? Oh, there are 2 of you now, man. Okay.
Yeah, why are there 2? I didn't think I was that powerful with relativity.
Not yet. Okay, I'm gonna put your at 12 for a second. And then I'll put you at 11. Nope, for some reason it wants to put you on. Oh, their dex is the same as yours. Okay.
You just put him at 12 and then we'll put him in the right spot.
That's true. There we go. Alright, anyway. So, top of the surprise round is...
Capriel.
Capriel goes first.
So, tell me, this extra attack thingy, I can attack twice?
Yep.
Whee! That
Different
works
targets
exactly
if you
how I
want to.
think it works.
Yeah, you
Should.
get the attack action, you get 2 of them.
Does that mean that I can cast a spell and then swing with a weapon?
Nope.
No.
Just swing with my weapon twice?
Yes.
Yeah. So when you take the attack action, you're allowed to attack twice with that action now.
Okay.
And they can be different targets.
So, first
And you can
of all,
move between them.
Ooh.
Because 5e doesn't restrict you like that.
So first of all, I'm gonna activate my right, which does a d6 now.
Ooh, fancy.
And it does damage equal to my level, right?
Should be.
Oh, yeah. To yourself, yeah, it does equal to your level.
Sweet. Damage equal to my level. And then I'm going to move up 5, 10, 10 because I have reach.
Yep.
And then I'm going to swing at the first motherfucker.
Kitty.
Please hit. 18.
On number 6.
I hope that hits.
Yeah.
Surprisingly, that does hit. So yeah.
Jesus.
Yay!
Did I scare you for a second there?
Shut up.
Oh, max damage.
Damage.
Plus,
Well, hold on. We gotta do the D6
Ghetto
though.
crit.
Okay, not quite.
Oh, you got a D6
So
then, right?
17.
17 on number 6. So, yeah, he dead.
So then Caphriel is going to move up
Oh shit.
1.
So yeah. So you come over and swing and go right in, like you literally swing and you puncture it right into his side and it goes like through. He goes, and you pull it out and he goes, falls into the water as the water starts going blood as he starts going downstream slowly.
Without a second thought, she moves up 1, and with the momentum of the first swing, she hopefully hits. 19.
That's even better.
Yeah, that hits.
Sweet.
Aw.
So she does a total of 11 damage to that one.
Hold up, you have Great Weapon Warrior.
Oh yeah, she can reroll.
Oh
that's
wait,
true.
never mind.
That's true.
Never mind. I do. Thank you so much. I do.
Jesus.
That's better.
So I
18
do
points
18
total.
points of damage.
Yeah, that's enough. You go swing and you chop off that guy's head.
Hell
And it starts to
yeah!
go. Are you gonna activate your puppet?
Puppet.
Yes, I'm gonna activate my puppet.
Alright, so number 5 takes an attack at number 1.
Headless now.
Uh, 19, that hits.
These guys are already hurt.
So yeah, so like you see one of them like cultist fanatic one like kind of like someone's back, like seeing his friend's head cut off, and all of a sudden you watch as the body turns, pulls out a dagger, and stabs it right into his heart, killing him. You hear like the blood spurts out, and they both collide and fall into the water.
Nice.
Is it by chance a soul-stealing dagger?
I don't know.
Does it look like?
You're kind of in the midst of combat right now.
Yes!
You're happy, aren't you?
Yeah, I killed 3 of them in a single attack!
Really good turn.
That was.
Alright, so with that, Cal, you're up.
5, 10, 15, 20. Gets me to 30 to step through Caphriel. Bonus action. The holy symbol lights up, and Cal becomes a misty form, and a dot of light, like a firefly, appears in the middle of the mist, and the mist correlates around it and darts 5, 10, 15 feet to the opposite side where the mist correlates back into shape of Calzarel. Misty step with my bonus action,
Nice.
using my last level 2 spell slot, because I had to cast Find Steed. So boom, Cal appears on the other side. I'm going to take the attack action at the first one in front of me. Where are the actions? $14 to hit.
Yeah, you hit.
14 hits. How do I change to the versatile property of my weapon? Versatile. Can I go like this? How do I... Because right now it's just the D... I don't know how to do versatile this way. Whatever, I'll just grab a D10. That's 10 points of slashing damage, and I'll take my second attack. Assuming he's still up. 23 to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
And,
I'll figure it out later.
okay.
How to do it.
I'm gonna dump a smite into this, cause that's what I do.
Alright.
He's been dying.
So he
Gotta get out that
takes
blue smite.
Blue smite.
he takes 11 points of slashing damage, and then he takes 2d8.
Wait, I thought first time I did a D10.
Yeah, it was a D10 that I rolled, wasn't it?
Oh, my brain. Sorry, my brain was.
He
for a second
takes
there.
9 points of radiant damage on top of the 11.
Okay.
That
Okay,
was
so, yeah,
10,
so that makes
21,
that 20.
30 points altogether.
Yeah,
And
that's
he's
11 plus 9 is 20.
yeah, plus the 10 from the first attack. There's 30 points in total. I don't know if you.
Oh, okay. My brain was being dumb. Alright, so yeah. So you carve right into him and you watch his blood splats like on his friend behind him. Then it goes in the water. You watch as he stumbles back and he's breathing really heavy as blood is starting to pour out of him. Like,
The three of you don't need to die here tonight. Drop your weapons and seek your hands. And that'll end my turn.
Alright. With that, it is now Mihi's turn.
Mihi will move up behind Caphriel, and she is going to say surrender as she fires an Eldritch Blast. Can I do that non-lethal?
Surrender with your
Nope,
blood.
Ranged spells cannot be non-lethal.
I'm pretty sure I've done that before. Adam, what do you think?
You could do it non-lethal, but if it kills him, you'll have like a round to get him to stabilize him.
Noted. Cool. Other question, if I use my repelling blast and the damage from knocking him into the wall is what KOs him, can he just be knocked out?
Sure.
Yay! Alright, I'm gonna cast Eldritch Blast at the guy right in front of me. Like, straight line. Yeah! First one, 21.
Yeah, that hits.
11 points of damage, and then he is knocked back 10 feet. Into the wall.
So how that's gonna work is he's probably not gonna survive that one because with that so the non-lethal part, instead of it going through his chest, it goes through his leg and his leg explodes. But then the repelling blast makes him go, and he conks his head into the stone, and a stone goes into his skull, and he dies because he was at 1 hit point left.
He dies.
So the Eldritch Blast kills, like knocks him unconscious.
Yeah, knocked him unconscious, and then he took damage. So. Yeah, you said if the getting like conked in the head knocked him out, and also like I said that he died and then he took damage again. So that
second beam.
That one's gone.
The one that's
I gotta fight two. There he is. He's gone.
Going for the one that Cal damaged.
Right.
Dirty 20.
That hits.
6 points of damage.
Alright, 6 points of damage.
And he is knocked back 10 feet from a line from me.
Alright, so that 6 damage is enough to kill him.
So again, same thing. Non-lethal! Non-lethal!
If it wasn't for the repelling blast, they would die instantly, but because it's...
This is new, she hasn't done that since
I'm saving people!
I'm trying!
How does the last cultist look since
he's
surrendered?
The family business!
He's kind of in shock right now, like, oh my god, what's going on? Like, his friends were literally just obliterated. Like, some fucking weird lizard thing comes around the corner and shocks half of him. And just dies. He watched one of his friends
kills his other friend.
The other.
I'm helping you kill me now!
Grandpa, you're up.
He's gonna commit Sudoku.
So,
So good.
Grandpa just kind of spends a second, just kind of wide-eyed, just kind of staring at Oliphius. And then eventually kind of shake his head and then move around the corner. And I'm going to point my spear at the last guy and just say, "You don't want to fight this. Drop your weapon."
He sounds so sad. Roll an intimidation check at advantage.
Okay. Advantage. 18.
You dropped that one.
Yep.
Nice.
Oh, I grabbed it first. I almost grabbed the wisdom. Oh, this is the same one. Whatever. Yeah, so like he like looks around, like he's kind of like shocked. Like again, he just saw all of his friends fucking annihilated right away. One of them headless stabbed the other one.
Yeah,
he's watching as his friends' corpses are like fucking trailing down the sewer. And like he just drops the knife into the water and like gets on his knees like, I'm sorry, please, Please don't kill me, I'm sorry!
That's my turn.
Oh god.
So that's the end
Okay.
of combat.
I think we did it.
Capriel's like.
Care to tell us who the bigwigs are, and I'll come up and I'll just kind of rest the sword blade like on the shoulder.
I don't know. I don't know their names. They wear masks. I can't tell.
Oh, what kind of mask?
Look like bull masks.
Bowls?
Who do you work for?
I
read that in the book once.
Insight check.
Um,
I don't know.
Scythe's still flaming. She hasn't deactivated it yet. Blood running down her arms like mania. Just mania is happening right now.
Only a 10 on the I don't know who he works for.
Alright, you get the sense that he's mainly talking like he just works for like some people, like they come and talk to him. Like he doesn't know who they are, but
Are you the ones that kidnapped all of those people?
I just guard here. They bring up people down here all the time.
What's here? There's
Where?
nothing here.
The entrance.
Where's the entrance
To?
at?
To what?
It is brown. Oh, I've never been inside. They won't let me. I said I'm not special enough.
Where
Where's the
is
door
it?
at?
It's over there. And he like points like in front of him, like towards the wall.
Like,
Where is it?
Another illusion. Yet another similarity from back in Multhir.
Do you know a man named Bodem?
Who?
Bodem?
What about the other one?
I don't remember his name out of character.
Poor Jenkins.
fake Jenkins.
Fake Jenkins.
Bodem was fake.
I have left that
Jenkins.
note on like on the map section, quote unquote. So
Do you know Dilbernon?
Oh right, Dilbernon. Dilbernon? Bodem. Ring a bell?
You shouldn't be in a carnival, Capriel.
Shouldn't you be at a carnival?
no.
You have two penises, don't you?
God damn it.
All right. No, I don't know who Tilburnon is.
Can you take a step back, please? Like, push
Who
him
are
away
you
from the
talking to?
door.
Out of character.
The guy, the cultist. Push the
Okay.
cultist away from where he pointed to the door, and put my
You guys are
hand,
kind of surrounding him.
and put my hand where the door's at, where he pointed to. Does it go through? Do I feel like a wall?
So as you get closer, like over here, you see a couple of the stones on the ground.
We'll press this. First, I'm gonna check for traps. I would like to investigate to make sure it's not trapped.
Okay.
Very good idea.
It's an 11. I forget that I'm
Alright.
not here to do these
It
things.
does not appear to look trapped based off of your observations.
Okay, so I'm gonna risk it to get the biscuit, I guess, and touch one of the stones.
You walk over. So you grab the stone and nothing happens.
Oh,
You grab the other stone.
make him touch it.
Nothing happens.
Can you open this door?
There's no door. They just walk through the wall.
So I'll walk through the wall where he pointed.
Well, we should
Alright.
make him go first, shouldn't we?
So you take a step
Mm-hmm.
through the wall,
And you run into the wall, just like Hogwarts when it shuts.
and you step through, and you see the walls are like lined with gold, like real gold, not like it's gold like painted or decorated. Like it's gold. Being all the walls and ceilings are like arch us upway. It's solid gold. And I think that is a good place for us to stop for the night.
Whoa!
Fancy.
So I want to say thanks to everybody for tuning in and watching us. I hope you all have yourselves a wonderful 2 weeks. Next week, hopefully, we'll actually be able to do the culture build. Because I was sick last week, so we couldn't do it. So next week we'll pick up on one of the Cimarrons.
I mean, apparently this seagull is just.
Poor thing. It should
Poor
really get some
thing.
rest.
Yeah, it should
All
really rest its voice.
All right. Have a good one, everyone. See you next week.
Bye.
Bye.